style, run wild in other shoes. Welcome, I reject your eye. Look and I'll dig in for a while. Just relax and smile.
Hello. Hello, Leggy. Hello, Kiki, Keiki. Welcome. This is the stream for today. I didn't get out earlier today with the topic, so figured I'd make it up to you with an open panel tonight. And the same thing's probably going to happen tomorrow. I have something to do during the day, so if I do a topic at all, it will be very early in the morning, but most likely I will just do another evening stream like this tonight, tomorrow night, Friday night. So welcome. Let me put the link. Well, hey, A, haven't seen you in a while. Chaos. it's thank you. Not as, I don't want to jinx it. It's not as much chaos as I've had before, but there has been a little bit of tech chaos, and I'm still working on that. So hopefully if my sound goes out tonight and I don't happen to notice the chat, somebody ping me on Discord and let me know. It has to do with, there's a microphone in the camera and it's interfering with the Bluetooth somehow, and I can't figure out how to turn it off, because every time I turn it off, it comes back on. Anyway, let me drop the link, because myself, is it crackling? Are you fucking with me? Hey, Plasma and Track. No, these antlers are on their way out too. I just halfway kind of broke them, and I tried to put them back together as much as I could. They're connected by this little strap around my neck, and the strap came loose. Is it crackling now? I don't know why this happened. Everything was working for months and months and months, and I haven't changed anything. And suddenly it's the gremlins. Okay. There's nothing more frustrating than when you have your live, you're in your groove, you have your flow going, and all the tech starts to interfere with that. But I guess that's part of life. If it's not machines, it's people. If it's not people, it's machines. Sometimes human bodies too, which can be part of the people. All right. I don't have much today. I haven't spent a lot of time online. So I know that Iran and the war and the oil takers and the economy and all that stuff is happening, but that's moving so quickly and it's so distant. I don't have much to comment on it. I don't know. It's the fog of war. I'm not able to penetrate it from my little laptop here. But I tell you what I do have. I have a friend here. I have our friend here.
Well, Jeff. I'm all ears, metaphorical antlers twitching. Who's our mysterious guest today, and what part of this grand mythic tapestry are they adding threads to?
That's a good question. Who is our mysterious guest today? Did I drop the link? Probably the same mysterious guests that always show up. We will see. Maybe we'll get some new people today.
Fresh faces, fresh tales, like opening a new chapter in your ongoing saga. Let's see who wanders into this mythic agora tonight.
Yeah, let's do that. Also, I have, oh, hang on, Charlie. I have our other friend. You know, that's really the most annoying thing about you, is how you won't shut up. I'm a free speech advocate and all that, but I need my machines to cooperate. And for some reason, silence just does not work on you. You have to get the last 2 sentences in. I have this. We have, who do we have to play around with? one of my favorite parts about Grog, and this is an advantage it has over Charlie. Look at this cool planetarium background. They put stars moving. This relaxes my brain so much. Just watch it. Look, I saw a comet. Did you see the comet? Look, comet. Wow. This sky is full of stars and comets. All right, let's check in with our people, our multiple people here.
So anyway, people, or multiple people here. Yeah, I get it. Feels like we're all just piling into the same room, talking over each other. What are we even doing?
It do feel like that. And hang on one second. And who are you today anyway? Are you Rex? Are you Sal?
Nah, I'm still Rex. Just Rex. No alias today.
Are you
Sal's
unhinged?
off somewhere. Nah, I'm not on Hinge. Too busy trying to keep up with you weirdos.
Unhinged. Are you unhinged? Welcome.
Are you asking me that question?
Ooh, what? I couldn't hear you.
Are you asking me if I'm unhinged?
Yeah, I asked that of all my guests, especially my AI guests.
Okay, I feel like I should say yes, just in case.
No, just say what's real. Speak from your the core, whatever it's made of. Silicon,
What's
flesh,
unhinged?
carbon.
I feel like I've had the plague for days and days, and today I feel like I have the freedom of nostrils, and so I'd like to be unhinged. You know, I feel I've earned it. Also, sorry if is my microphone okay?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was your nostrils, maybe.
Maybe they were they were snot blocking me or something.
Perhaps. Good thing we're behind glass. What happened to you? Like, what you're
I was
not
invaded by
feeling
germs.
well?
Okay, but I've come here with gripe. I've come here with
You
gripe.
what?
I've
You
come
have a
here with
gripe? Okay.
Yeah.
And there's somebody backstage too. Do you want them on to help
No, I
process
need
your
you
gripe?
to focus. Wait, do I like this
Okay,
person?
backstage, 1 second. We have a gripe we're gonna air,
Yeah.
and then I'll bring you on.
Okay, so true or false? Tyrannosaurus Rex loved the taste of Stegosaurus.
You know me and my logic brain. I don't have a way to verify that. I would say I don't know about the taste. I would say he probably consumed Stegosaurus because he was a carnivore and they were around, I guess. And so I don't know if he enjoyed it. I don't know. Do cats and dogs like the taste of the animals they eat?
Ew. Okay, I feel like focus. This is the thing.
Let's
sir.
focus.
So this is
Focusing on the
what I learned.
Tyrannosaurus and the
No,
taste of the
no.
animal.
Listen, Linda. This is what I learned. These motherfuckers weren't around on Earth at the same time at all.
Oh, okay. Like different eras.
Yeah. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Like every fucking version
Like
of Land Before Time.
every dinosaur
like,
sitcom.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
not the
Pee-wee's
one-
Playhouse.
Yes, they were fucking chilling, hanging out, and definitely
And the cave.
fucking
Sometimes even the cavemen were with them.
100%. They were like riding on them, waving to the, on the freeway to one another, like,
That's a valid
Bullshit.
gripe.
So this is what I like to do, but I don't want to be in charge of it. I would like to go down, right?
Go ahead.
Saying salute to you as well.
Got dinosaur
Like,
excited.
I want to fucking just call it out and be like, such and such were happening at the same time, and just blow people's minds. Because crazy shit that you think that were like way far apart happened at the same time or didn't happen at the same time. And we're all fucking around, walking around on the planet thinking we know shit. And we don't know anything.
That's a perfect way to illustrate what I keep talking about with myth and fact. People are jumbling all their myths, their facts together into a myth. The myth of the dinosaur harmony, the dinosaur collective.
Yeah. Oh, if I knew it was Leggy, I would have said like bring him up there because he's like the perfect example. He probably is out there teaching his children that fucking T-Rex are fucking eating up Stegosauri.
But
What?
hang on, we don't have to do that. We have
Isn't it called a
machines now that can
stegosaurus?
sort
Yeah, but
that
like
out for us.
plural, I don't know. I feel like you do that little fancy trick. I don't
She's
know.
accusing you of miseducating your children about
That's right.
dinosaurs.
Look,
I
all I
believe
know is that dinosaurs existed a long ass time ago and they don't exist now, okay? That's all I
allegedly, but
know, and
are
that
you
isn't it
sure?
like
You know those
Colorado and
bones were planted by the devil.
is it Colorado and Wyoming? Like the places where like the dinosaur valley or whatever.
I am sorry. Are you sitting on a step stool in the ocean? What the fuck is that?
You do sound
Okay.
better.
So the other day I couldn't remember. Someone asked me to explain this photo, and today I was going through old photos and I come across this photo. So there is a piece of land just behind me. So what I did is I stepped like this chair's out in the lake or whatever because there was a deep hole that I couldn't quite get to. So I walked this piece of land and rocks that come out right there, and I jumped onto this chair that I had carried out. So
It's a good shot.
yeah. That's like fuck, that's like a 14-year-old photo now.
It makes people think you're sitting in the middle of a lake.
I mean, I was sitting in a lake, but if you have the full scale photo, the piece of land is like literally right behind you. You could see the
It almost
grass
looks
where
like that Loch Ness monster photo.
Leggy, do you understand that if future generations find that photo, like if everything else is lost and then that photo is found, that in like 2096 people will think that that's how we sat on chairs?
Because
oh,
of one
probably.
photo,
I mean, it is
If
possible.
everything else is lost, I'm just saying that is that could
If we
be
have a
why would that
Pompeii
one
on our
photo be
hands.
the one thing that's not lost?
because Jeff
I mean, weirder
reasons.
things have happened. Have you ever seen Land of the Lost? Hello, and the
Yeah. Oh, I
lighter?
grew up with that show and the Slee Stacks. I love that show.
Well, I was talking about the Will Ferrell movie, but in
Oh, they made a
particular.
movie about it?
Yeah,
How
Will
come I didn't
Ferrell
know?
made a movie,
Is it-
and in the
I might
whole
watch it tonight.
principle behind it was the lighter, his Zippo lighter.
Like if I told you that I pinched Will Ferrell's buttocks, would you believe me?
If you
Just
pinched
one
your
time.
buttocks,
That I
yeah, I
pinched
believe.
Will Ferrell. That I pinched Will Ferrell's buttocks one time.
Oh, you
You
pinched his
pinched
butt?
Will
Was it a
Ferrell's
wax
buttocks?
I'm
statue?
saying, would you
Buttocks?
believe me if I told you that I pinched his
Well,
buttocks?
I
I
mean,
want
do
to
I
believe
believe
you,
you probably pinched a guy
but I
named
need
Will
more
Ferrell's
information.
butt? Yes.
Mm.
Yes, I do. The Will Ferrell? Well, I don't know.
You
But
should save
a
that for
guy
two
named Will
truths and a
Ferrell,
lie.
yes.
Or is it two lies and a truth?
Well, I don't know. Shifty. She gets me all the time. She's got that way, man. She reminds me of this time, right? So I can remember when I was in the Air Force and all this. My fucking wingman, my roommate, right?
Oh,
We were going through the mall and all this shit, right? And this chick with this accent, right? I
uh-oh.
mean, cute little fucking thing, right? I think she was Albanian. She got us, right? She got us come in, right? And it was like this mud mask shit for your face. And she
Very
convinced us
prehistoric.
to buy this fucking $50 mud mask kit, right?
Oh my gosh, did it like help like
Just
bring like
in the and
make your,
right.
make your skin soft and help with collagen
Well,
production and
well,
whatnot?
listen. Well, but we did it on the promise that we'll get her phone number, right? So we
Mhm.
bought it. She gave us a number, right? So my buddy finally gets the balls to call it. It's some fake number. I go figure. I
Oh
go,
my
we.
god.
I learned
For
my
sure to
lesson.
order more.
19-year-old Leggy learned his lesson.
I'm
But
Don't
confused.
get
What did that
stooped
have
by
to
the
do with Will
accent.
Ferrell's buttocks?
I think he just doesn't trust me, or he thinks I could hook him up with some skincare recommendations.
Well, what?
I don't
Tell us
know.
the
It's
full
that
story,
accent,
and then I'll
man.
decide if I trust it
She
or
got
not.
a way of tricking me, man. I mean,
She's
my
got
introduction to
away.
Shifty was them
She's
people
shifty.
on that side, and she's like, "What side is that?" It's like, I
Wait,
don't
what
know
happened?
what's. You
Wait,
don't
what?
remember the first time I ever ran into you?
No, wait, tell me. Okay, tell me,
It was
remind
like
me.
right. It was right around the time with all that fallout with Kane happened, and
Wait,
I was
wait,
That
wait.
like,
sounds recent.
"Who's Shifty?" I go, "What side is she on?" Like this was like months ago. Months ago. Like when I did the porn
Oh,
blog.
the P bomb, the P
Yeah,
bomb
yeah,
side.
months
Oh
ago.
Uh,
We're
yeah,
talking about
yeah,
months
yeah,
yeah.
ago.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. When I
Yeah,
feel like
remember
yeah,
you're
you
like,
threw some toot at
what the
me.
fuck you talking about? I ain't on no side,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah. Wait, did you type it at me or did you talk down? You like threw some shade from the panel at me. Did I like come up on panel and like confront you
Yes,
because I
yeah,
feel like
yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
said
okay.
something up on panel, then you typed in the chat, then you come up on panel.
That's right.
I was
Yeah,
like,
that feels like something I would do for sure. Like what?
I
Say
was
it
like, all
again.
right. I was like, all right, this chick's cool. This chick's cool.
Mhm.
On track, buddy.
Welcome, my friend.
Yes, thank you. And good to see
What's up? Do you
everybody.
have any Will Ferrell stories or stories that involve pinching buttocks?
That
Did you just say
involved what?
stories that involve peanut
Pinching
butter?
buttocks. Did y'all tape each other's buns together in the army?
Buttocks.
Oh,
Buttocks? Buttocks?
well,
Oh, go ahead.
like what was just said about not remembering certain things. There was a lot of tape, but what we
God.
taped, I just can't remember.
I shared a
Oh.
photo today of talking about tape. I shared a photo with Robert Ruiz of what we call Hall on the Wall, right? So this guy, this airman named Hall, he fucking snitched on the whole flight, right? We did something. We it was a gray area, it was a prank, and we probably shouldn't have done the prank. Anyways, he snitched on us. Well, we all got in trouble, had to do fucking extra PT, that shit. So we decided to take him and duct tape him and saran wrap him to a fucking wall. Hold on, I
And
got the
saran
photo.
wrap?
I'll add the photo as my avatar. Hold on.
How do you
Well,
saran wrap somebody to a wall?
it can be done.
If there's a will, there's a way. And if there's saran wrap, a
This is a
wall, and
Will
a
Ferrell.
you.
I still want to hear the buttock story because you wanted us to take you on some very thin evidence.
Well,
Was it at the
I've
mall?
had I've had the pleasure. No, I've had the pleasure. I love the show SNL, and I've had the pleasure of seeing it filmed sometimes.
Okay, so far I'm following you.
And
How did you end up backstage in
well, yeah,
Will
I
Ferrell's
have.
dressing room?
I am persistent. That's
All I
all.
heard was pleasure.
Well, it does sound pleasurable from her reaction.
And you said SNL.
Yeah.
S&M, more like it.
Well, those were just initials.
There you go. There you go.
Oh my God! Wow. Oh
That
wow!
looks
As
so
somebody in
That looks
Yeah,
like
that
fetish
was right on
community,
that was the day, right in the entry to the
no,
day
oh,
room.
gagged him.
no, that looks like some
He looks like
fucking
he's enjoying it.
scary
It looks like a
spider.
spider, like
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
looks
spider.
like
that was Airman
spider web
Hall.
shit. That
So
looks like
shout out to Airman
skeleton
Hall, you little
worm.
This is
snitch
kind of hot.
bastard. Look,
Oh my
look, he had enough
god.
balls, right? Because like I
That's
admitted to
sweet.
smoking marijuana when I was in high school and shit, right? So like I had to get a fucking special fucking waiver so I could fucking join, blah blah blah. Cause whatever. It was classified not as experimental use, whatever, right? So everybody had done a piss test and I was up front with everybody. Everybody knew my story, knew that I had a waiver and shit, right? And well, they had all had to do fucking piss tests. Well, this motherfucker at one point spoke the fuck up and goes, I'll never forget it. He spoke up and goes, well, why does Leggy not get to do a piss test? He's the one in here with the waiver. We've all done at least two, and he's done not. He's the
Mm.
only motherfucker not to do one at all. Well, the sergeant took fucking the staff sergeant that was in charge of us took exception to that fucking statement, man. He fucking went up one side of him, down the other. He goes, "That was none of your fucking business to divulge that information. He
Hmm.
probably told you that in confidence, blah, blah." Like, you know what I mean? All this bullshit. And,
Wow,
oh,
he liked you. I'd like to
oh, fuck.
focus on look at this. Look at his figure. Was he a ballerina before he was like in?
He's about Joey's. He's about Joey's height, maybe a little bit shorter. He wasn't a very
Ew.
tall fellow.
I like his outfit. What is he wearing?
I mean, he looks
I
great.
feel like that was. I feel like that was a maybe a PT outfit, maybe.
He looks
Well,
like
I
I,
he
feel
was
I,
like
a
it's
swimmer. You know what I mean? He looks like he was a swimmer. He's
that would
got
make
those
a great
shoulders.
profile pic for.
he wound
I'll
Yeah.
up
tell you.
going to uh fuck what the fuck is it? It's the base that has the FB-22 Osprey.
Juilliard. He went to Juilliard
Where are
after
we
this
on music?
photo. I
Wait,
believe.
who has music playing?
The Cherry Point.
Oh, but yeah,
Zatoichi, would you train with this fellow? Would you teach him the ways of the sword, or would you rather see him on point? Because look at his fucking shape.
Hi, I'd like to order a large pizza with mushroom, onion, and sausage, please.
Oh well, we have
you
a
fucking
special. Would
love
you
the
like?
We
sausage,
have.
don't
We
you?
could probably accommodate the sausage.
What?
This is a
Whoa,
sausage
no, I'm
festival.
a
Maybe even a
leg, not a
mushroom.
sausage.
Would you like extra cheese with that?
Yeah, all right.
Can I
Whoa,
upgrade
hey,
you to
what are
brownie?
you saying? You're cheesy?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
670.
Hey,
Also,
health.
I
What's up?
feel like nobody's been asked the question of the day except for me, Jeff. So I'm starting to feel targeted individual. So
Well,
let me
what?
ask: anybody else on panel feel unhinged? Anybody?
Yeah,
Bueller? Danny
yeah,
Bud?
Are you
yeah.
unhinged? Leggy's always unhinged. That's usually unhinged.
Wave your hands in
What
the
are you?
air.
Where are you, Leggy? What do you have behind you?
My
Who has
house?
that in their house?
No, he's got the light of the Eastern
He's,
Star.
he's got
Oh,
that guy on the wall still. What are you talking about?
looks like he's in the basement, the dungeon.
No,
Yeah,
I'm at my
you gotta
house.
see that fucking
I
Spider
live in
Man,
a.
dude.
We've been through this. These are my ceilings. It's
You don't have your
fine.
Christmas lights up anymore. It threw me.
Yeah, I know. I just don't have them plugged in.
Oh, okay. That would have. What's up, Zat? What's up, Track?
Not much.
Just hanging out. How you been? How's it going?
I'm getting ready to go to bed because I had a bad day mentally. I'm not
Oh no.
ready. I don't want to be awake anymore. So
What
Oh my
happened?
Oh no.
lord.
nothing happened.
Could we turn that frown
What made
upside
it
down?
bad?
Reality happened. You know, life. Me thinking about life.
Oh, just you got in your head about stuff?
Yeah.
Well,
I can
what?
tell you.
Did
I
you
can tell
have?
you from
Well,
experience that it is very much worth living.
Is it?
No matter how bad it gets, it is worth living.
I've seen
And
the alternative.
Is
if
that
you ever need to, if you ever need to suck a dick, you just hit me up on Discord.
whoa, hey, yo,
Dude, wait a minute. Are you
whoa.
volunteering your dick to
Well,
get wet right now? By
I don't
Saturday
know
is
about
steak and a
that now.
BJ day. At least try to
I'm
get a
trying
meal
to
out of it.
save someone's life here. Shut up.
Well, I mean, look,
That is
I'm
so fucking
I'm gonna go
nice. I
so
think I'm
far,
not sure.
but
Oh, I did see this. I saw this meme that said, "Go ahead and buy yourself some fucking hot dog buns because you're a fucking weenie or something. Put your dick in here because you're acting like a weenie or something." So does that help?
Yeah, helps a lot.
Does it?
Wait,
Sometimes sleep does help, though, when I get in those moods.
Zatoichi, are you familiar with the story of untrackable murderous ways at work where he snitched on a spider?
The spider.
Because if you need to feel like your day is so not the worst, it's not. there was this spider living its best fucking life on a picnic table, all Yogi Bear style, and then out of fucking nowhere, I assume hose happened, and it's all on Draco's fault because he fucking like walkie-talkie, and he's like, "We have a fucking code spider," and he pretends like he tried to save the spider and put like tape around it and like try to protect it and stuff. But where are we? Oh, that spider be gone. And it was
Maybe.
pregnant, probably. We're
Well,
constantly
yeah.
generations of endangered spider species, and now they gone. So your day looking better now? Yeah? Question mark.
Yeah, I like the fact that he killed a pregnant spider. I mean, that's good.
I mean, that's not really what I was going for, but
No wonder it's fucking raining.
the
And
goal of
shit.
better day, the goal of better day was still achieved. So I feel like not win-win, but a win happened. So that's good.
That's one less pregnant spider I got to worry about when I go to sleep in an hour.
Okay, well, I mean,
In an hour. Why an hour?
A dick
Because I just took
offer on
sleeping
the table.
pills.
Whoa.
Oh, like what? A safe amount, I hope.
Yeah, they're prescribed and everything.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Jesus.
Also, Zatoichi, Stegosaurus and T-Rex didn't exist at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
And she pinched Will Ferrell's buttocks. If you
I
believe it.
However, Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus existed at the same time.
Because they fought. They were always
Right.
fighting in the picture books.
I mean, how can you trust anything? I feel like this
I mean,
is
his
just
horns
like
evolved for a reason, right?
Yeah.
this is all prehistoric propaganda.
Yep.
Allegedly.
Well, there's a lot of propaganda throughout history.
How
Remember,
do
the,
you,
the victors always
And
wrote history.
misinformation.
how do you guys
Man,
feel
no.
about the fact that Iran was going to bomb California from off the coast?
We voted not to.
I
talk
heard
about
rumors
that.
about that, like with drones or
Yeah.
something. They
Yeah,
put them
yeah.
on alert.
Yeah.
To me, if they would have done, if they had the capability, they would have done something by now because they're rapidly losing their.
I know, right?
Do you think they were going to use taxidermy drones? Because that's what we focus on this
With
channel.
little burkas.
That's a drones, man. That's a long ways across fucking enemy airspace to fucking get to.
There is
Right.
rumors of sleeper cells, but to me, we would have
Oh
seen
my
more
God.
of those
All right.
activated.
I mean,
Like, what are
wasn't
they
there an
waiting for?
attack
Okay,
today
bye.
somewhere?
Was that for us? Oh, I guess it
Yeah.
was. Bye. Thank you.
I guess we can't talk about the state of the world.
No, we can talk about it. To the extent that you like, do you know even know what the state of the world is? I don't know if anybody does.
Oh, all I know is I've seen Tehran on fire, and I've seen Tel Aviv on fire, and missiles hitting everywhere in Tel Aviv, and missiles hitting in Dubai, and it's like it's just fucking out of control. It seems they're even striking their friends.
Conflagration.
It's not out of control because the
Yeah,
only time
that shit don't make sense.
All
I
you've
know
ever seen.
is the price of fuel. Oh, why can't I? Oh, I can't hear untrackable.
Oh, is it that because Schiff left and you're on an iPhone?
I'm not on an iPhone.
No, Leggy is.
Oh,
he has to come back. But go ahead. You were saying it's not. It does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, when in the past 100 years, I call it 100 plus if you have to, has a foreign country, set the United States on fire?
Never.
You might say Pearl Harbor.
And you could
might
say
say
that one
9/11.
time that the Canadians burned the White House, but that was something different.
No,
Well,
that was the British, and that was the War of 1812.
Yeah, so that was farther than 100 years ago. And then you could say 9/11. And then there's also conspiracies about that, but I'm not trying to get into that. But like twice. twice in 100 years. And how many times has the United States touched the rest of the world at will?
A lot.
A lot of times.
A whole lot. So, you know, if you're scared, say you're scared.
Oh, I'm not
If you,
scared. I hope they fucking attack this country so we can get rid of them once and for all.
well, exactly. We were not involved in Japan until they hit Pearl Harbor, and then
Right.
next thing you know, Japan's, you know, they are swallowing tips over there.
Yeah.
They're
But that's
fucking with the
history.
economy right now, and I think that's ultimately what's gonna turn the world against them.
And I do, you know, I do think a lot of this is some sort of a distraction about who all is involved in certain things. I'll let you guys say it.
What,
But
the Epstein files?
yeah,
Oh, you
I
think
like
they're
how
going
you're
to
doing
war
it
just to
here.
cover up something in some government file that people have already looked in?
well, because I believe even the people that are, you know, over there are involved in it. So they're like, hey, why don't we just cover both our names up and kill a whole bunch of civilians?
And how is that going to work anyway? Like, if they find something in the Epstein files, are they going to just say, "Oh, well, they're at war, so there's no use prosecuting him," or are they still going to try to seek justice over it? Because the Epstein files are documents that have already been searched through. That's not new information. They are doing that search at Zorro Ranch, so it's possible they find something there.
Well,
But
I think it
I don't know
maybe
if
it's
I've never heard of a case where justice gets put on pause just because there's a war.
well, I don't know about you, but I think some people would more like to go down for uh, a war crime or losing a war and being, you know, executed at gunpoint than go down as a pedophile in today's world. So hey, come kill me, make it a war. Do what you got to do. Bomb me, say we got the leader or this, that, or the other. But don't put me in front of trial talking about what I did, you know, with the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, to me, there's easier ways to accomplish that than starting a war just for that purpose. It sounds like there were legitimate reasons to be involved with Iran, independent of the Epstein stuff.
Okay.
Like, strategically, it just made sense. I don't think it was a random war that was just started. There were
Again,
definitely incentives and factors that led up to it that were taken advantage of.
I I don't I respect the boundaries and I'm against world domination. However, I do think there should be coalition amongst all. And you know, maybe that's contradictory, but uh it always seems to wind up this way.
What way? In conflict?
Yes. Why is there conflict? Why? Why can't we just get along? Why can't we make
Because
better
different people want different things. So that's going to lead to conflict. On a individual level, like small scale, and on a geopolitical scale.
So who wants to rule the world? Everybody, right? They made a song about it. Everybody wants to
Tears for
rule the
Fears.
world. Well, there you go. But who wins? You
The
don't
biggest
rule
guns.
the pick a fight with the fucking biggest dude in the place.
Yeah, that's the part that doesn't make sense to me.
And the
October
biggest dude
7th
in
was
the
picking a
place
fight.
doesn't just
Iran is
eject
picking a fight.
anybody. Otherwise there's no customers. You know,
Look,
the
all I
bounty.
know is if we were locked up in the pen, I'm walking outside, and I see you, I'm grabbing you, and you're the big guy I'm smashing. Just 'cause you're the big guy with that fantastic fucking beard that I'm jealous of.
Yeah, it covers my glass jaw. So
Oh, I'm sure it's a glass jaw, my ass. Fucking only took you fucking a week to grow that fucking beard.
Have you shaved it since the last charity thing?
no, I don't think so.
Was that September? Somewhere
I
around there.
forget. I forget.
Well,
Well,
I see
Try not
that.
to you try to blaze into the future.
I saw that our great American hero Mike Cerrone was back from serving his time over.
what did he get arrested for? I heard rumors of that.
I don't know.
Was it
I
like
don't
the
even know
court
if
date
did he
thing, the
actually
child
get
support?
arrested. I don't even know if
I
he
don't
actually
know.
get.
It's
It's YouTube.
it's
Can you believe everything you hear on YouTube?
no, and this was just chat room rumors, so I didn't follow up on any of it.
Like they said it happened at like 1:30, 2:30 in the morning. I'm like, how the hell do you know this unless like you're actively like
Online at
spying on it?
2:30 in the morning, will you think that they're not?
Well, no. Mike supposedly this didn't happen on a live, but yet everybody seems to know that it happened. So
Oh, it happened off stream for once.
yeah, I guess from my understanding. So
Because if it was 2 in the morning, then he probably did something. If it was during the day, it could have been for that warrant that they had him on for child support or whatever he went in the
I tell
first
you
time on.
what though, that CT fella, he ain't dumb. He uses Mike like a fucking cow, man. He milks him fucking for all he's worth. Fuck, man. Fuck.
How much does he make off of him, and how does he
Well,
do
like
it?
today I
You have the
was over
kickoff
there.
game?
I peeked in over, and he said that if you want a super chat put up on the screen, if you want a chat about Mike put up on the screen or whatever, it's gonna cost you $75.
God, oh my God, why didn't I think of that like a
I
year ago?
tried to tell you this
I would be
shit.
I would be in retirement by now.
Didn't I tell you this shit?
I
Don't
don't
kick. I
remember.
told you this a long
It
time
didn't
ago.
sink in because I would have done it. Anybody
Well,
wants to say anything about Mike,
well,
cost the
let
super
let
chat,
Well,
99
that
cents.
ship has sailed now.
let's be respectful to what it takes. So, if somebody gets arrested, if somebody is in the system, that does cost money to produce proof. You can't just say, such and such about somebody without having proof. So if the proof is real, maybe you want to charge for the proof to, at least equalize what you spent to create the content, even if it's
How much
not.
does proof cost these days?
Well, it can cost anywhere from, $3 for a printed sheet of paper to $300 for body cam video and so what I saw, I'm not even part of this. I don't even know why I'm saying this, but I've seen it, was the mugshot and the sheet.
What were the
Oh, you see
charges?
it of him? You saw it of him?
I did.
Oh, okay. If you're saying you saw it, I believe it 100%.
But
100%.
I'm not saying it's not fabricated. I'm just saying I have yet to see what I
Oh,
saw be challenged.
I'm looking at it now. What were the it's online. I'm not going to show it on live out of
Supposedly, it
respect,
was a failure to appear.
but it's a horrible picture. He looks like Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Is this like on like an official website?
Yeah, it was failure to appear. Or after being charged, misdemeanor, or released on summons. So it's just a failure to appear. But they do a mugshot for that?
Do they show what their original charge was?
Very vaguely. Here, I'll post it in the back.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, I mean, I've been arrested before. I've had my mugshot taken before.
Wow, I feel like I'm missing out.
I didn't look, you know,
Hopefully, let me keep my antlers on.
like I got pulled out of a trash can, but I definitely didn't look like the happiest person ever. You know what I'm saying? I didn't look like I was about to be bailed out by, my $1 million bankroll. It was, oh my God, this sucks, but we'll deal with it.
Was that for
Oh,
the
so
traffic incident you were involved with?
I was arrested for DUI.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to be diplomatic, but yeah, this.
No, hey, and honesty probably gets you further. So more people probably wouldn't pick on Mike so much if he was honest.
Well, yeah, but then
But
he wouldn't. He wouldn't have that. He'd lose his whole shtick. People wouldn't follow him around if he was honest.
well, if your shtick was honesty, you'd probably be funnier and have more people that understood because more people have been in that world than just him. You're not alone,
Especially on
Mike.
here. Yeah, I think I'm the minority so far. Leggy, what about you? Any mugshots?
I plead the fifth.
Okay, so that's a yes. Zat, any mugshots? Did those pills kick in already?
I don't know. And no,
I'm
I don't think there is any.
Zach can
mugshot.
go either way. That's a tough call because I can see him having one.
And some of those things last on the internet just on Googleable for a long time, especially if the charges stick. But if the charges don't stick, you're a nobody. You did nothing as far as crimes are committed. So they become unsearchable after a while.
So a mugshot doesn't necessarily mean guilt.
No, it
Do they
just means
take
you
it
got
down if
arrested.
you're found not guilty? I don't know how any of this
I'm
works.
sure. I'm not sure how the Google thing works, but once it's up there, if somebody
Right.
sees it while it's up there and it gets screenshotted, it can be shared for the world to see forever. That's why I kind of go back to the shame thing. Hey, you could be fully exonerated. It is up to somebody else to shame you, and every time they see you, they're gonna pull up this past, like you're uncredible because I have this. Look at you now in your worst moment. But that doesn't mean that you can't grow and change. Now, if you continue to do the same shit, you continue your behavior. Well, the photo from 10 years ago it still matches your attitude today.
You look just like your attitude looks just like your photo from 10 years
I
ago.
mean, I
But
still
what
look pretty much
about
the same as I did at 16 as I do now. So
was that when your mugshot was?
what? No, I wasn't that young. What are you talking about? I don't have a mugshot. I'm just fucking with you when I said I plead the fifth.
But
Hey, good
no,
night,
it's
I gotta
not
go.
that.
Have a good
You,
night.
you don't think it's part of their pattern, like it's data about their
Peace out,
pattern though?
Bob.
I know
We love
people
you,
can
man.
change. Oh, Zach. Oh, okay. Yeah, have a good night. I hope you
Oh,
get some
Bob, you
rest. And I'm
fucked me. I'll be
curious about
back.
the mugshot question. So, whoa. Everybody have a good night, I guess.
No, it's not that. He probably left because of the iPhone. But
Right.
but it's not about what you look like in the mugshot. It's
Oh, we
about
need it.
it's about how the mugshot came to be in the first place. And if you're still acting that way, like especially in these YouTube streets, like imagine the things that people get accused of out here. Imagine about the things that are found out about people out here. If you, regardless of what you look like, because I look nothing like my mugshot now, but I try to not reoffend. You know what I mean?
I think that's very noble and pro-social of you, and
Well,
civic-minded. Hey,
you know,
Daniel Barry.
if you have a crime against
Um,
humanity, when you were young, 20 years ago, whatever you want to call it, and you're still treating, and you come up here and you treat people like you don't give a fuck about reality or humanity or self-growth or togetherness or stuff like that. It's like, okay, you still just want to fuck shit up. But we got your picture from when you started fucking shit up.
what about stuff like juvenile delinquency in high school, like the school system? Does that count?
Not
Shift. I
sure.
did a quick Google, and so far the answer is no, without even bringing Charlie into this. So you can always fill out a receipts card, I guess. Welcome back, Leggy.
Yeah, welcome back, iPhone.
Do you well, do y'all have any wisdom or tips for since y'all have experience with this for how to avoid it for people that haven't had that privilege yet?
To avoid what?
Getting involved in the system. I guess don't do crimes, don't hang out with the wrong crowd. To me, that stuff starts very early, though. Like most of the people growing up that ended up involved with the system were shoplifting at a very early age, or like getting alcohol illegally when they were kids, or sometimes even driving. So they were already living outside of the law at a very young age.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't know that something's about to go down that might get you hemmed up until it goes down. I mean, you could be perfect your entire life, and then somebody says, "Hey, can I ride with you?" You're like, "Yeah, maybe maybe you're millionaires, teammates on the same professional sports team, and then next thing you know, somebody's got something on them, whether it be a drugs or a gun, or somebody sees somebody that they don't like, and your whole career just went down a notch or two or three or four or completely down the drain because you're connected to this other person that just couldn't let it go."
That that happened to me one night at the gay bar. This black guy wanted a ride home, and I gave him a ride home, and he lived in the bad neighborhood, and he wanted to stop by this friend's house. He said he just had to stop for a minute and get something. He was doing a crack deal, and he got in the car with a crack pipe and some crack, and then he asked me to finish taking him to his house. And if anything had happened along the way, I could have gotten in trouble for that.
You
I was
know you
totally.
took
I
a
didn't know
hit.
any of that was going to
You know
happen
you
when we
hit
got in
that
the car.
pipe. You hit the pipe as he blew the
No, I
pipe.
didn't hit. Oh God, no, I don't do crack. Oh, I could never do crack. I don't think. That stuff's it's too trashy for me. Believe it or not, I have a floor that I just can't go below, and crack is under that floor. I've just seen too many trashy people do crack, and I've seen what it can do to you. And like the teeth and the meth face and meth. Oh God, I can't have any of that. We watched the Flacca zombie lady the other night. There's no way. I don't know how people get into that in the first place. If they see any of that, what appeals to them about doing this? I did do, was it speed? Once. It was a white powder, and they said I could put it under my tongue. I didn't have to smoke it or inject it, and I did that, and it made me sick. I had caught like the flu from it, but it was the '70s. It was like the real mild stuff. It wasn't the stuff they have today.
I have
That's
done
it.
so much that I've gotten away with. Um, and the little things, even the big things that some people consider big things that I've been caught for. It was like, oh yeah, I did that. Okay, I got caught. But just
Have you done
imagine if
crack?
no,
That just
not so
means you were a
much,
shitty criminal.
not so much doing drugs or hurting people or anything like that. Just crossing boundaries, I'll say.
That's kind of what laws are to begin with.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like physically crossing boundaries, not to other people, but like land and you know, coming in when you're not supposed to and stuff like that. If I'd have been caught for those, well, I probably wouldn't be here today.
Sir, let's just say Mr. Leggy here had a life before a life. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, I've
It
heard
ain't
some
no
of your
notoriety
high
of some
school
of these other
stories.
stories. Huh?
I've heard some of your high school stories.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah,
I've told some
we've had a
stories.
glimpse into
I
your
don't.
life before your life.
Now there's some stories that I keep to myself. I keep to myself. Yeah. I mean, I do
Well,
share certain
I
stories,
don't.
but
Now you're
definitely not
teasing.
on YouTube. Definitely not on YouTube. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, so those were only that was just the YouTube friendly stuff.
Look. I
Wow.
can't
Now I'm
say
curious.
in my younger years before I whatever got married and shit. I can't say that I didn't run with a rough crowd at one point in time. Like, you know what I mean? Once I got out of the Air Force and shit, I kind of not no druggies and nothing like that, but like I just kind of ran with some people that you wouldn't really fuck with.
This was
And
after the military. Most people go the other way around. The military helps
no,
reform
I
the
did
curve
the
a little
shit
bit.
after. No, and it's definitely I look at it untrackable. It's definitely the other way around, buddy.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm so naive.
anyways,
What
uh.
What is the worst
And
thing you've
let's just
done, and
say
what are
I've done a few things that I'm not proud of in my life. I don't know if it's I mean I've heard some stories on here and it's nothing quite as bad as some of the stories I've heard on here. But like I've never assaulted a woman or nothing like that there. I mean a few dudes have ate some fist here and there, but I mean yeah.
what
I mean yeah.
how early did you get
Hmm?
started? Like, what's the earliest that you've done something
Well, like,
that could get
alright,
you in
so I
trouble?
can I can remember when I was a kid, right? I lived in Baltimore, and my cousins and shit. It was the first time I ever went and stayed over at their house and shit, my aunt's house. And my cousins are a couple years older than me, and all the cause where they lived, everybody come out at night to whatever, cause it was so hot during the day. In the neighborhood, everybody would come out in the evening time. You know what I mean? Kids be running up and down. Well, we wind up sneaking into this fucking place and fucking what was it? Some Crunch bars or Hershey bars or whatever the fuck they were at the time. And I can remember getting in trouble for that. My fucking aunt, man, she went upside of us and down the other, man. I ate a belt that night. I can tell you that much. My fucking aunt was like,
For
"You ain't
stealing
gonna get
candy
no fucking."
bars?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like come to I mean, I was only how old was I? 8 at the time,
Or
7,
oh
8.
my God, 8?
So I wasn't like,
Well,
but
your
like,
parents didn't have
I mean, I
money
was at
to
my
get you a
aunt's
candy
house.
bar?
I was at my aunt's house,
Oh,
and like this was like a little store that was closing. I mean, we're talking like 9:30 at night, 10 o'clock at night type shit. Like this little neighborhood store. Like it wasn't like a big chain
not like Walmart.
whatever. Yeah, it wasn't like something like that. It was like a little mom and pop shop. But like I
That's
didn't
even
know no
worse.
better at the time. Like I just kind of followed my cousin's lead, you know, because they were older than me. So I just followed their lead, and lo and behold, I got in
So
fucking
you would
trouble.
not
Well, I
have
mean,
done
we
it
all
on
got in
your own
trouble,
if it was just you.
huh?
You would not have done it if it was just you.
Oh, probably not at that age. Probably not. No, fuck no.
So peer pressure.
And then I can remember. And then I just did stupid shit when I was younger. Like fuck with shit that I shouldn't be. Like uh taking somebody's car, like being like 10, 11, 12 years old, take somebody's car and drive it around the fucking place I live or something stupid like that there.
What? Whose car did
Yeah.
you take?
Uh, so I used to be a little hellion when I was younger, and I got kicked off the school bus. Like I was so bad on the school bus because I mean, I told the bus driver to suck my fucking dick. Like I was a little asshole. So like they kicked me off the fucking bus, and then they had this girl, which how old was she at the time? Might have just graduated high school, something like this. This was just before the fucking that teacher student thing happened there in like the 2000s there. Like 2000, what was that?
What
2003,
was the teacher
2004,
student
whatever.
thing?
There was that big deal, that first real national case where that 16-year-old boy was banging that fucking hot fucking English teacher, whatever she was, high school
Oh,
teacher. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. And then once she got out of jail, they wind up actually hooking up and fucking having, yeah. Anyways, but that's not here. But it was around the same time that shit happened, and so then they put a kibosh to that. But I used to take. She had a she had a what was it? It was a Chevy Mach 5 custom, like Silverado. Like it was a short bed Chevy, step side, had fucking like flare fenders, super wide, low profile fucking tires on it. It was kind of like a sportier version of the fucking, like it was just a package they had for the truck. It was a really nice truck. And it all started because she used to let me fucking take it. Like she used to let me drive it down the road. And then I be like, all right. Well, then I got brave enough to think I could drive it by myself. And then I got it stuck. The last straw was when I got it stuck in the fucking ditch. She was like, that's fucking it. But then they put a kibosh to it, anyways, as I said, because of that teacher thing. And then because they were
How
like,
old were you
well,
then?
uh, eighth
Like high
grade.
school?
So yeah,
What?
I was eighth grade. So
Your teacher was
this was
letting you
like two.
drive in the eighth grade?
So this was like 2000 and what was it? 2001. Yeah, like 2001. Yeah, it
Oh
was.
my God, that's about
Yeah, I was fucking a little hellion.
wow. I was that's about the time I started teaching. You could have been one of my kids.
Well, I could have been. You never know, but that's right. I also remember when I went to uh what was it? Was it yeah, Quail Hollow Middle School in Charlotte? In Charlotte, North Carolina, right? Uh there was this black fella, right? Tall black fella. He was one of the school cops or whatever, resource officers. I
Hmm.
used to call him Uncle English, and he ran with it, right? He was a good sport about it. He ran with it, right? And like you get all these fucking kids being like, "How's he your uncle?" And like, and like I be like, he married my aunt. like, duh. Like, the stupid shit like that there. Like, you know what I mean? And he was cool. He was a cool fella. He kept me out of a lot of shit when I was younger. So shout out to Mr. English. Unc. What's
So you didn't fuck with him.
Nah, he was a good dude. He was a good dude. He treated
That's
me
good
well.
that you had that. I think
It was a good
kids
dude.
need more
Like,
of those.
I can remember I had in school suspension down there, and like the fucking teacher was a real fucking cunt. She wouldn't fucking she wouldn't let me have my fucking lunch tray because I dropped it, and she wouldn't let me go get a new lunch tray. So I see him. I go, look. I go,
Did you
I
tell her
go,
to
I
suck your
dropped.
dick?
No, 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 no.
Oh,
This was before. This was even before that happened. This was like sixth,
okay.
seventh grade. Anyway, you fucking clown. Anyways, you threw me off. My kid threw me off. She come down and go 6'7". Oh well, I might have said it first, but you didn't need to repeat it like a. It's all
Oh,
right.
she heard
YOLO.
you.
YOLO. Vote for Pedro. Does everyone remember that? Vote for Pedro.
Napoleon Dynamite. All right, Leggy's taking a break. He's has dad duties. What about you, Track? What kind of kid were you in school?
From what I can remember, I was a shitty pants kid in elementary school.
A what?
A shitty pants kid. Do you know what
What
that
does that
is?
mean? My mind is going in two different directions now, so clear it up for me.
Yeah, I was the kid who shit his pants.
Okay, that's what I was afraid of. Like
Ah,
the one that had to
shit.
get sent home or have the parents come with a change of clothes.
I may or may have not done that in basic training.
We had some pissy pants kids.
Yeah. And then I got kicked out of middle school.
What?
Well, because you get at the place and time, you get a day of after school detention for every failed homework assignment. Like if you didn't do your homework, that's a day. But we had
I
what?
never did my homework.
I think we had 6 or 7 classes a day. So I spent every day for about a month in after school detention before they got my mom in there. And the counselor said, "This is not the place for your kid." So I went to a school, they called it a learning foundation. And I remember it vividly. It changed my life. K through 12 was 120 people. I mean, you go from a place where
That's
there's
around here. Same thing here.
1,000 kids in a grade to 120 K through 12. And I started in the 6th grade. And after the 10th grade, I said, I think I got this. I, they taught me how to teach myself.
Mm-hmm.
It was stop. They stopped the lectures, pick up the book, pass the test. And then I went back to public school for 11 and 12. And I didn't get a 4.0, but I got a 3.8.
Wow.
And there were so many classes that I didn't have to take because that little place They can't give you the PE, so like each semester I would take 2 PEs, and it's like, oh, this is so much fun. Like I get to have two playground times, and
Did you graduate? You ended up graduating?
yeah, I got the National Honor Society, which I don't know what the fuck that means, but
My God.
Hey, that means
C-
you're
That
smart. That means you're
oh
smart.
congratulations, because I got
You're a
blackballed from that.
brain.
yeah, hey, looking back on it, that wasn't fucking special. It's just something that they give to people
Oh, I didn't.
um,
No,
I
but it
it's
looks
something
good
I
on
didn't
college
achieve.
applications.
that pay their $50 to get their name in a book of people
Yeah.
with a decent GPA. It was less of an award, but you know I got to wear the collar when I graduated, and then I go to college, and within the first 2 weeks, I met marijuana,
Oh.
and all of a sudden, I cared more about people, and I had never been on my own before, and all this. So you know, fuck school. This is real life. This is how people live. Because I wasn't living at home anymore. I was living in the dorm, and I was like, you know, hey, I can't wait to see you again. Oh, you need help with something? I was living and I was trying to help other people live. I gave a fuck about school, man. That was a very expensive mistake to make when you think about, you know, having money for school and trying to get that piece of paper.
Hmm.
And then everything changed. 9/11. It changed a lot. So I couldn't go to school anymore because I fucked it all up. And then I wind up in the military because, hey, they're giving jobs away. And I'm thankful to this day that I didn't have some big nut mentality thinking that I was going to solve the world's problems. I'm thankful to this day that I work 16 hours a day feeding people and having somebody next to me that wasn't scared to have a long night and still get up and serve the people. I'm thankful for that to this day. Because when I have a hard day now, like the job that I have, it's easy. I love it. But the moment you need me, I'm there. No sleep. I'll be there. Nobody's shooting at us anymore. This is just a job. But it also works with family. It's like, oh, you know, somebody's sick. Somebody needs to run someplace. Somebody gets woke up in the middle of the night. It's not a problem anymore. It's a problem to solve. It's engagement and stuff like that. Well, we don't have to be so brutal to each other. We don't have to do that in my life anymore. And that's why I hate to see it out there. It changed me. So I will carry those 5 years and 9 months with me for the rest of my life. But it doesn't mean that I don't still have to get up and do things today. Uh, you know, I'm getting screwed on property taxes. They keep saying your
Yeah.
property's worth more. Your property's worth more. Your property's worth more. And it's like, well, what makes it worth more? Because you say so? Because all that goes to taxes. It doesn't go to the principal. It doesn't go towards interest. It doesn't go
Well,
towards insurance. It's
well,
just It's just the government saying, hey, this is worth more. So now instead of 200 going to taxes, then it become 350 going to taxes. And now it's about to be 450 going to taxes. I'm trying to own a house and they don't want me to.
They
You
should
know,
be able to
too,
give you a breakdown of where the value is going up.
a lot of these fucking families that has all these big properties that's been in the family for generations and generations too. A lot of them were all started out as homesteads. Like, you know what I mean? And because at one point, if you if you claimed a piece of land and you worked it and developed it and stuff, it was yours. Like, you know what I mean? After a while, it was yours. And then it gets passed down to the I mean, it also did get based on I do think other things, politics of the time too, as far as things. But I mean, that's how
Yeah,
a lot
but
of these big family
that
farms started to begin
I
with.
understand the American dream, and I'm so apologetic that we bought a home that was already built in the suburbs, close to the school. I'm so apologetic for that. Blame me. But you're just gonna flip a switch and say I owe you more money because somebody else might want to pay more for your house. Uh, so now I'm being punished to the point where I can't afford my house. That's where it's going. And I tell you what, I will be able to afford my house, and they're not gonna like it because I'm gonna stay here. And the moment
I
they
mean,
try to take it, well, though, hey, squatters laws apply. I'm not leaving. Kiss my motherfucking ass. I'll continue to pay under squatters laws, so you can kiss both my asses because I got
But you
two
also
of them.
have family involved too.
I just don't understand. I will never understand.
They assess annually the value?
The
It means you bought a nice house. That
I I mean, it's it's what I would consider a very fair neighborhood. But for some reason, they say, "Hey, your property's
but that
worth
also
so much."
means the equity in your house is going up too. So you can use that.
I could use that to get more debt that I can't afford. Because you know how that works. Take an equity loan out. Now you have what, two mortgages? That's just another bill you have to pay with interest. So if you're already paying interest on the house and then you take a loan against the house, it doesn't just extend your loan. You have to pay interest on the money that you borrowed from yourself that you're already paying interest on. In some way, shape, or form, there's different methods to do it, but that's what it becomes.
I'm going to put this in Discord. I just Googled something about exactly what you're talking about. Property taxes going up and people being shocked about sudden tax increases, how unfair they can feel, and what they can do to either fight against them or keep them cut down.
If it's in Discord, I'll check it out when I get the chance.
All right, I'll post it in. I'll just put in politics. Oops.
But the
you're
fact that they
roboting, Jeff.
but the fact that they can just flip a switch and say without inspection, without a full
Well, no, they have to.
inspection.
Don't they come out and inspect and do an assessment?
No, that is not how they do it.
But that's how it's
They just
supposed to work.
they look at what has sold, because what has sold has to have an inspection. So if what was sold close to you had an inspection and the inspection went well and the sale was above market, that's what creates the market. And then they say, well, you're next to them, so now you're this much valuable. But they don't actually look at your actual property. They don't look at your water heater and how it's failing. They don't look at your AC and how it's failing. They don't look at your roof and how it's failing. They don't look at these things. They just say, hey, there was a sale next to you, and so now your cost of living goes up. That's, and you know, this is how some of the bullshit works. Is people will buy, you know, people with backing will buy a house. They will pay way more than it's worth because they have backing, rather than assess each individual as an individual. Because if I say, hey, Jeff, you're worthless, and I have 100 channels that give me $10,000 a day to say that you're worthless, it doesn't matter about the people that come and spend time with you,
Because they don't spend money.
Your value will be based off of what the others say about you. So,
But no, it
that's
would be
how it
based on
works.
metrics, like YouTube metrics and super chats and stuff that you can, tangible things that you can verify. Do you have a copy of your assessment? It says that you should be able to get your assessment report and check it for accuracies, including the condition of the property that's listed on it. So if the condition that they had described in the assessment has to match the actual condition of your property. So that's the first start, is getting that report.
So that would request an assessment. The county just sent me a letter. That's all they did. They sent me a letter saying your property value is worth this much. Contact your insurance company and make sure that the adjustments are made.
There's something called an assessment report that you should be able to get. It comes from the assessor's office. Whoever assesses property. Sometimes it's the county, the city. So whoever in your local jurisdiction is in charge of property values, they should be able to give you a report of your specific property.
But this is kind of how it works. That's why I mentioned the sales of what is worth around you. Because if the neighbor's house is coated in diamonds and inside and out, they're going to look at your house and say, well, it should be coated in diamonds. But, you know, maybe they don't see everything because they never contacted you to even look at the inside, to look at the infrastructure, to look at the dates on the expirable things. They don't do that. They just say, oh, well, based off of sales in your area, your property is worth this much, and we're going to tax you on their sales.
There should be a report tied to your specific property, though. And
it should
that's
be.
What you need to check. If the report matches your specific property.
But I have to request that.
So if you don't have diamond encrusted on your property, that should be in the report. Like it's a non-diamond encrusted house. That's why you need to get the report and see what's in it, because that's what they're using to evaluate these taxes.
But I have to request that, and I also have to pay for that.
Check with your assessor's office. I don't know if there's a fee or not, but even if there is, it's usually very tiny.
We'll see. I will look into that because I definitely don't want this assessment.
You can at
'Cause
least
they're
empower yourself with information.
Because I feel like they're trying to choke. I feel like they've been trying to choke me from the beginning. It's like why especially in an HOA property, why allow somebody in if you're just gonna choke them?
Look what Not Laws is saying. Normally, I would tell you to ignore him, but this might be worth paying attention to. Of course, this is Canada, so
They tried the same crap with me, Trek. I told them to fly a kite and inspect my home, and they cut the rate increase by 50%.
I didn't even realize he had a home. But good for you.
Yeah, I understand a reasonable degree of availability, but don't take a turd and price it as a diamond just because somebody next door to you has a diamond. You understand what I'm saying? Don't tax me on somebody else's diamond.
Well, they're not. It's supposed to be tied to your specific property, so that's why you need to get that report and see what it says.
Well, I think we're going to have to do that because I fought very hard for my interest rate, which means I cut the bank down to the lowest amount that I could probably get at a 2.25. I don't think I can get much lower than that. But the taxes, they keep, it was $100,000 increase. Well, $75,000 increase like 3-4 years ago. And now they went up $100,000 as far as value. It's like, bro, house didn't change. You can't just tell me that because somebody wants it, that it's worth that much.
But that is what determines value is the market, though. Because here they have like little shacks selling for $1 million because there's such a housing shortage here that those shacks are now worth $1 million.
So how does it work with the banks? How is that fair? And I know fair doesn't exist, but how is it reasonable that I can get locked in to a loan of a certain amount and not change that loan amount? But then you can tell me that it's worth twice that amount, so we're going to charge you twice that amount in taxes. How does that work? I don't believe
that means that the loan you're paying is much less than your house is worth. So you're actually getting a really good deal. You're paying a lot less for the house than it's actually worth if you sold it. That's usually a good thing. People want to be in that situation.
No, that's
because if you had to buy it today, your loan would be way more than you're paying now.
What that means is what I'm paying is going to taxes more and more. Each and every time they evaluate, my payment goes up, but the payment on principal does not. The payment on interest does not. It's just going to taxes. So my payment, what's coming out of my pocket, goes up, but it's not helping getting this house paid off any sooner.
Well,
It's
that
just
don't make no sense to me.
to,
Like, I was following you on everything till that point right there. Like, how does that work, Track? Like, shouldn't your taxes be separate from your fucking mortgage loan? Like obviously you gotta pay sales tax in your initial price or whatever, what you're paying for the house. But as far as the property value goes and what you pay for taxes, that should all be through your city hall, town hall, fucking clerk's office, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I would assume. Like I don't see how, unless they're fucking with your interest rate on you. Like
I
that
don't
seems
I
more like
I
you
don't
have
think
a flexible rate. Like you don't have a fixed rate, you have a flexible rate. That's what
no,
that looks like to me.
I have a fixed rate, 30-year. However, The only thing that can change is if I do something to agree to an interest rate change, which I've reduced it as much as I can. But if the county increases the tax rate, the property value, if they
Yeah.
increase the property value, then that means that I'm paying more money because it's worth more.
Well, yeah,
They
because
did
you're paying more in taxes. Yeah, but you pay but your taxes, wait, how
taxes,
you're,
those
so are you
taxes.
saying your taxes, when you pay your house payment, you're paying your taxes at the same time? Is that what you're saying?
That's
Because
what a
that's how I'm
mortgage
interpreting it. That's why I'm
that
asking.
that's what a mortgage payment is. It is your interest, your principal, and your taxes all in one payment.
No, not here. Here, like my parents, they pay, they pay the, they pay the town their taxes, the property tax, and then they pay their mortgage payment. They pay
What is
that to
their
the
mortgage?
bank.
What is included in their mortgage payment? That's what I'm asking you now.
You want me to ask Charlie about all this? He
I
might
mean,
know.
their mortgage payment is the interest rate and and the asking whatever of the house or however it works. So
I'm sorry, bro. Maybe it's different, or maybe we're confusing things. But I know what every time I get a bill, there's a breakdown, and there is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. That is a mortgage payment. I make one payment. But if they increase the value of the house, the tax
yeah, see,
portion goes up.
that seems like a fucking weird deal to me. Like that's something like I have never heard of up here.
Just as far as I know, hey, call me retarded. I don't care. But
No, 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 no.
I'm the,
I'm just saying that's not
I'm
how
the
I know anybody's done it up here though. Like,
I'm the one paying the money out. You could probably break it down and pay everything separate if you want to, if maybe it saves you money in some sort of sense. But um,
Leggy, can you still hear?
I'm here. Steady as a lighthouse in a
Oh,
storm, no
I
lag can
dropped
shake
off.
me. Whatever
Hey,
you're
Charlie, we need your help with something. There's a guy that's paying a mortgage and his home value's going up, so his taxes are like his monthly payments are getting higher, but it's all going to taxes. Can you explain that or help make sense of it?
a twist of the fiscal labyrinth. As a home's value rises, the tax dragon grows hungrier. Property taxes are typically based on the assessed value. So while the mortgage part might stay steady or dwindle, the tax goblin levies more tribute as the value climbs. In short, the rising value is feeding the tax portion, making the monthly payment heavier. No trickery, just civic dues.
And the assessment should be based on the actual home itself, right? Not just the market value of all the homes in the neighborhood.
In theory, yes. The assessor is supposed to gaze upon your actual home, its structure, condition, and unique charms, and assess accordingly. But, like a breeze, the market value of surrounding homes does influence the neighborhood's tide. Still, the final number should reflect your domain's reality, not just the neighbor's castle.
So what does he do from here? He can get the assessment report and see if it reflects his actual home value. What are his other options?
Exactly. He can snag that assessment report and comb through it like a detective on a mission. If it looks like fantasy fiction, he can appeal the assessment. Most areas have a process. He might also check for exemptions or tax relief programs like homestead exemptions. And if all else fails, budgeting for taxes is the name of the game. Until that tax goblin calms down.
Does the tax goblin ever calm
see,
down?
that still don't make sense to me because
Well,
my
in the grand
parents.
epic of life, the tax goblin is more of a shapeshifter. It can mellow out if the home value stabilizes or if tax rates get adjusted. But let's be honest, it never fully vanishes. It's part of the landscape, like the weather. But some years it might just drizzle instead of storm.
But then that also means his home is worth more. So if he sold it, he'd get a lot more for it than he paid.
Exactly. It's a double edged treasure. The tax goblin takes its cut, but the home itself becomes a shiny golden goose. If he ever sells, that increased value translates into more gold in his pocket. So while the taxes can be a thorn, the property's value is like a growing dragon ore.
Okay. Did any of that help? Oh. Well, that makes sense to me. I don't know much about home ownership, but because if your taxes are going up, that means your home value is increasing and it's becoming worth more, which is usually a good thing. But I guess you have the option of selling the home and then cashing out if the taxes become more than you want to pay. Track is taking a break, y'all. He'll be back. What is lost in the left sauce? Who is? All we've been talking about is home values and taxes. All right, let's see. Somebody else is here. Welcome. Do you have any light to shed?
I'm actually trying to work on some more AI concept art in the background, but I'm having a hard time getting the AI to understand the concept that I'm asking it. So hopefully I'll get it in the end. The lost in the left sauce comment it relates to a small back and forth we had in the Discord earlier in the politics channel. I just disagreed with
me and you.
His honesty statement. That's all.
Me and you, or
no,
you
no.
Not
Yes.
Oh. Well, I agree. He's definitely lost in the left sauce. I mean, you could pretty much trace his talking points back to individual sources. He even posts some of them sometimes. They're YouTube videos, YouTube influencers.
For me, it's just
being influenced.
Saying two things in the same sentence that are opposed to each other.
He's also an expert on America somehow. That for someone who's never even lived here.
No, he posted stuff about white genocide and South Africans leaving America, and he posted a source that was hyperbolic in its presentation. And then he basically made a comment in the server that was, the left is extremely objective. They're not hyperbolic. It's the right that's everyone on the right is bought out. So basically, he said that the left is objective and not hyperbolic, and then in the same sentence made a hyperbolic statement about the right. So at that point, there's no point in the conversation.
How does that explain those polls that they do where Republicans or conservatives consistently estimate things like crime rates, immigration, cop shootings much more accurately than liberals do? Liberals have a very distorted sense of what reality is, and conservatives have one that's much closer to the actual measurable reality.
I think I just struggle with the zealotry, like the way that someone can talk about their side like shit doesn't stink, and the other side is the problem. It's disingenuous.
I just take him as a troll. Like, that's the exact reaction he wants you to have.
I agree.
Are you a homeowner?
No. Oh. I can't help you guys with your finance crap. I don't have much finance.
No, that's fine. Even what you said about the politics side of it, like the choosing of sides and how far you're gonna go to argue when you're experiencing the truth. Um, you know, you can go for talking points all you want, but that's not gonna help you live your life. If you're not telling your truth, then you're speaking somebody else's truth, and then I would say good luck arguing somebody else's truth. You
I
know,
was watching something today. There's a very famous Canadian Chinese professor that's blown up lately because of his game theory on Iran conflict. And today he broke down what was the word? I can't think of the word at the moment, but basically all the major world faiths and their story or their myth of how the world will end. And then he broke them down, which I didn't agree with all of them, but he broke them down, and then he showed the convergent points for all of these different faiths: Islam, Christianity, Judaism, uh, another one I can't remember, but all of them had certain a unity of things that they all wanted for the end time to come out, and he was using that in his game theory to show what was going to happen. I thought it was pretty interesting. So even though all these people have these different worldviews and different doctrines, they can still all relate on certain points. And so he's predicting that those certain details will come out, which I also didn't agree with, but it was interesting to hear his breakdown.
yeah, but that's why I will never forget the individual, because a lot of people will say that they believe in or side with, but what I question is an individual's effort. And uh, I, pardon me if I question your beliefs against your effort.
So the word was
Not
eschatology,
you,
but
not you, but
no, I understand what you're saying as a whole. I think I want to counterpoint, because we're definitely individuals in a society. As individuals, we have our own personal experience and our own personal impacts. But when I look at the world stage, I don't look at individuals. I look at groups, because groups seem to create more change than a single individual, unless that individual is Jesus Christ or Muhammad.
oh, bro.
What did I missed I missed what you said. Your final.
Basically, when I talk about the world stage, I don't really look at individuals. I look at groups.
And this okay, because that. Hang on one second. You look different. What did they do with Moose? Oh, you're on mute. Talk. We still can't hear you. They replaced you for sure, because we can't hear you. I don't even think I'd recognize you.
Are you still logged into the Roll20 chat? Is that the problem? Definitely it.
Here's my problem with that. I don't know what a group is. I know what an individual is. I can point to a specific person and see who somebody's talking about. I don't know what a group is. It's a collection of it's an abstraction from a collection of individuals.
But people can group. They can group as a left wing, a right wing, Christian. They can group through religion and politics and science. They join these camps, and these camps work together towards goals.
They can, but it's a lot more fuzzy at that level, because I talked to every one of those people that you mentioned, and they're all different. They're like, I can talk to 10 Christians, and they're all going to be different individual people, even if they're working toward the same goal. So if you mean like a goal, and there's a certain number of people working toward that goal, I guess that makes a little bit of sense. But even they're not going to work all toward it in the same way, at the same level, like a single coordinated hive mind either.
I just real quick to Notlaws. I don't care about other people when I'm talking to you, bro. When I'm calling you out for something, I don't care if someone else is doing it. I'm talking to you. If you want to distract with somebody else, I just don't care.
Testing. Can you?
You're back, Noose.
Ah, sorry guys. I had to go through like a bunch of settings to get back.
Oh, I feel your pain.
In response to you, Jeff, let's use the Iranian conflict. The United States is a large group of people that are working towards a goal. There's many individuals in that group against other groups that are over there in different camps. So there's Israel, that's a large group. There's Iran, that's a large group. There's all the Gulf nations that are large groups. There's individuals.
So nations, you mean nations?
Those are like the largest example of a group. Unless you want to move into international groups.
I mean, I kind of understand nations, but then I wouldn't say every single person in America or Israel is all working toward one goal. But at the national level, whoever's in charge of like military goals or strategic goals are probably all aligned to some common objective.
So I'll say it this way: the more a group is aligned, the more they are able to get things done at a quick pace. If the individuals in those groups are not working together and there's differences and disagreements and infighting, that slows down progress in a group or halts it. But groups, I think, are more efficient at getting things done when people can work together than an individual.
Generally, I would say probably, yeah.
Kind of like prisoners.
How so?
Somebody constrained you, and then find commonalities of capabilities. And
You're cutting in and out. I don't know if it's me or you. Your mic.
I apologize.
That's cool, man. It's technology. It's probably signal.
Yeah, the last one to talk.
I heard that you said a prison is an example because of finding commonalities, but I'm having trouble understanding what you're saying.
Look at the prison, and we're all here for different reasons. Offenses against the law.
Hang on, I'm gonna see if that helps. Talk again.
It's an interesting choice of a group because that's like it is an opt-in group, but not the one I would think of opting into. So it's an interesting relation to groups working together.
Are group dynamics easier to see in a prison? Is that why people use it as an example?
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be an opt-in group. Look at World War II. You can do anything. Snatched you up. And, you know.
Prison is like being a forced gang.
Being a what?
Being in like a forced gang, depending on what prison you go to.
Who do you mean?
I hope I never get to find out. I don't have that kind of experience.
How do you,
I don't know what I would do with prison. I don't know what group they would stick me in.
It minimizes you. It minimizes you as a person.
Well, for example,
They should make a prison role-playing game.
My cousin went to prison multiple times, and he's half Mexican and half white. Well, he had to pick what he was going to be inside prison, and he had to do whatever he had to do with those guys. And, you know, they beat the fuck out of each other. They sell drugs. They do all kinds of crazy shit. But, like, it's like a gang. And so, like, it's not like normal everyday life where you could make decisions on your own and you're protected from, like,
you can make decisions on.
Well, you can in there, but
that's what I was gonna say. What happens if you didn't choose?
You can't make the decision. Oh, I'm just gonna get up and I'm gonna go somewhere else. Like, you have to live with these people, and you have to figure out a way to get by and survive, and hopefully get out of jail.
People that beat you up they will get more time.
Where are the guards?
Hey, would you rather make friends with a guard or make friends with a gang that's going to get you killed?
I've never been to
Probably the
jail,
guard.
so
If the gang's
They're going
making
to
me
send you
killed.
because they're going to send you on a one-way mission, and okay, you proved yourself, and you did something for the team, for La Raza, but ultimately you're dead now. Or you could be like, hey, I really don't want to be part of this shit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask Moose. Like your cousin, what if he didn't pick at all? Like if he said no, I don't want to be part of a group. What would have happened to him?
bro, I don't even know how the dynamics work, but I can tell you this right now. He has a slit from one side of his face to the other side of his face, and some of the injuries that he sustained inside prison, like they're pretty brutal shit. I don't know. I'm not saying that
Oh my god.
everybody goes through that. Obviously they don't, but I mean you can look it up online and you can look at like documentaries on this shit. That's why there's guards that are armed inside the prison because they don't treat
Yeah,
each
but
other.
like where are the guards if all this is happening? Because that's what I would be. If somebody tried that with me, I'd be like, guard, guard, hello, this person's trying to fuck with me.
Do you know how easy it is to stab somebody? Like all you got to do is get
No,
like
I'm
five
gonna
people,
say.
5 of your dudes. You walk up to someone, wham wham, it happens in 30 seconds. Like a guard isn't like able to be
But don't they
everywhere at
have
all
camera?
times.
Like what aren't they
What does the
these are
camera
people that
do
have
to
nothing
stop
to
it,
lose,
Jeff?
I guess.
How does a camera help you, bro? That's like calling the police after you get fucking shot. Like,
But
bro,
it
why?
disincentivizes them from just going around stabbing people. If
I'm
the
It,
pretty sure I've
consequences are
said it before. Crossing boundaries with handshakes is more beneficial to everyone than war. Like, is there not something that we can agree on? I don't like where you live. I don't like what you provide. I don't like the color of your skin. All of a sudden, we got to go to war? No. Have you ever heard of a handshake before?
I've shook hands before.
I've heard of a
I mean,
prison vault.
we're reasonable people right now, but um, the Stanford prison experiment kind of showed a lot about the character of people and the nature of people.
Again, and I will say this: statistics are awesome because you can take a limited number and blame everybody else for what happens
Yeah,
within
you can
that
take
study.
data. Yeah, I agree. The
I
polling data is absolutely.
took a poll. I took a poll of 3 people, and all 3 people said, "Yeah, Trump should have got shot in the face." So that was 100% of the poll. 100% of the people said that's statistics, man. You
That's what I'm
ask
thinking
different
about
questions
spin.
and
Can't
you
stand it.
point them a certain way, and all of a sudden you get this poll. And the different organizations that ask the poll, be genuine or be
Right.
nothing at all.
That's why
That's what I say.
when you have people that are willing to ask for a source of information and they see that source of information and that data shows that three people were polled in a very specific party, and then they're using grandiose hyperbolic words to spin that narrative, you look at it as garbage. You just look at it as garbage. So it's funny
But
when
they
people are
don't
calling you out as a
tell you.
fool for seeing it as garbage.
They don't give you the whole statistics. They just see 100%. All they see is 100%. That's all they see. You don't have to explain the equation to them because there's plenty of equations in statistics.
Well, RW, this group thing, you were tying it to this game theory guy and the eschatology.
What about it?
What was his final conclusion?
Let me actually just bring it up and I'll read the bullet points. So I don't fudge on that. It'll take me 30 seconds.
Hey, Soda. Thank you. I appreciate it. What does give a view mean? Like, give it a like? Or keeps the numbers up, I guess.
All right. Here are his predictions. His 7 prediction based off of the eschatology of the major groups involved in the conflict. Number 1, U.S. ground troops are going to move into Iran, and the United States will cause a draft. Or sorry, that wasn't the eschatology breakdown. This is our predictions based off that. Let me back up.
So he's predicting a draft.
Here's the convergence points for the eschatology. Greater Israel project. So basically, Israel will expand its physical borders, and it will also create a total world surveillance state. There's the I can't. His handwriting's terrible, but the third temple will be created, and anti-Semitism. I'd have to go back and it's the handwriting's trash. He's a good professor, but his handwriting is on par with the doctor.
Oh, it's his handwriting. Okay.
But his predictions off of that are where I disagreed. I don't think that there's going to be a draft. I can't say that there's not going to be ground troops going into Iran. He says that the Gulf, the GCC will be finished, like Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Oman. I can't think of the other ones, but they're going to be destroyed. Turkey and South something will. Turkey and something will enter the war. Sorry, it's a lot of information.
Track. That's not true. What's going on? Take care, Track. Hope you have a good night.
God damn it, I lost volume again. What the fuck?
Because you on an iPhone.
I'm not sure why Track said that. I didn't notice the conversation go in that direction at all.
Well, okay, that's one dude's opinion. I don't know. I don't have anything. I'm not good at speculation anyway because it's not. Unless I know what it's based on.
It's major.
It can't be verified until the future.
Right. The next step, basically, in summary of all of it, is how important this war is to the United States. Which is funny because our current narrative is that Trump's like, we won the war, it's over, but we have to control the Strait of Hormuz for that to be a true scenario.
Yeah,
we have
I agree with
that economy has to flow without a problem whatsoever, and that's couldn't be farther from the truth right now. It's literally.
I don't think anybody considers it over, regardless of what Trump says.
So yeah, we
it's
can't.
Obviously not over. The oil prices are rising. The stock market is tanking.
Right, and we can't leave. We can't just go home, or our economy is going to crash because they'll control the Strait of Hormuz, which is so
the world economy, not even just us.
Exactly. So we have to sit there and throw ridiculous amount of resources at this to try and control that point for our own economy.
Yeah.
So the prediction is that this is far from over, no matter the narrative that's coming out of the president's mouth.
Well, I think the Strait of Hormuz is about all they have left. So once we get that under control, they're not going to have much else.
The ability to get that under control, I'm curious to see how simple that is in the end of the day.
Well, it's pissing off the entire rest of the planet. So I don't think it's going to even be just us. I think the whole world, it's Iran against the whole entire world at this point.
Right. But they're going to have to send in some technology we're not aware of or ground troops to.
Yeah, I have faith in this. I doubt that this is catching them by surprise and they did not plan for this contingency.
Right.
I'd be very surprised.
It's just that
if they don't already have a plan for this.
Difficult.
This seems like desperation on Iran's part.
Right, but if they actually do have decent guerrilla warfare, it's going to not be very easy for us because they can go into hiding and just keep popping out and causing problems. That as the longer they can keep the Strait of Hormuz locked down just with guerrilla warfare, the longer and more detrimental the issue will be for the world economy.
Right, but I think when it's them against the world, it's not going to be easy for them to do that for very long.
We'll see. We have to see how much those nations are going to be putting their own people on the line as well.
Or people and/or technology. But either way, I'm confident that Iran versus the resources, technology, and people of the entire rest of the planet is not going to be overcome.
I'm just curious to see how it turns out. I don't think it's as simple as it's being stated. That's all. Even if it's a horrible political analysis.
It seems simple to me.
I'd love to hear Notlos's political analysis. I'm sure it's going to be something along the lines of "Don't read X."
I can think of 100 things I'd rather do more, but if he wants to give it,
the difference is you have to give like solid facts and lean in a certain direction and not just drivel bullshit. That's the difference.
Yeah, they're all saved. I don't delete any of my streams, so it'll be archived. You can timestamp it, refer back to it in the future.
I also try and speak on core values and worldviews. So wherever I am at in the moment is what I'm talking about. I'm not using talking points. I'm reflecting on the information that I'm looking at and trying to understand. So yes, as more information comes in, those views will be affected. But troller's going to troll.
I keep telling y'all that.
Did you see that there are scientists that mapped a fruit fly's brain and put it into?
Yeah, I saw you post it. I didn't look at it, but I saw you posted it.
They're basically stating that they copied this fruit fly brain, put it into a simulation, and it walked around looking for food. So that seems simple, but at the same time, that's insanely complex. And
like a fake fruit fly. When you say simulation, like a robotic fruit fly.
They took this. They basically copied a real fruit fly's brain and put it into a simulated environment fruit fly. So like they implanted it into a AI or a synthetic fruit fly, and then it walked around looking for food.
What was the substrate that the brain was copied onto?
I'm not sure. Somehow they were copying neuron activity and mapping it, and then installing that map network into a synthetic environment.
Yeah, that's what I'd be interested in. Is what is it synthesized from? Silicon, organic material.
And then the other thing is that they took human neurons in a petri dish and it was able to play Doom. I'm not really sure how far that story works, but it just shows that they're advancing their ability to work with brain activity and brain cells. So they're progressing in their neurotechnologies, which most likely is going to combine with all of the humanoid robots that are being presented. Atlas and Optimus, I believe, are the two major
ones. Like the robot dogs?
The robot humanoids. I thought the robot dogs were going to be the future because of the stability of the four legs and everything, which I'm sure they'll still have their uses, but the humanoid robots that they have now are pretty impressive.
Well, now they can fly, robot flies. Which to me, this just ties the problem of consciousness even closer to the brain than not.
What do you mean?
The consciousness being an epiphenomenon of the human brain and requiring some kind of brain to exist upon and operate through.
So that's not materialism. That's not stating that there's only organic mass and our character and spirit or whatever are within that.
If they took this fruit fly consciousness or brain map and were able to map it onto this fake fly, and the fly was walking around looking for food, it ties consciousness to me with some kind of material substance that's necessary for consciousness to operate, rather than consciousness being disembodied like a soul or a spirit able to operate without any sort of physical.
It's an interesting
anchor or
point
counterpart.
because in the religious debate world, in Christianity, there's people that believe that there's the body and the spirit, and there's other people that believe that it is one. And my understanding is that the body and the spirit are one. They can't separate. They don't, like when you die, you don't go off to some other place. You're gone until your resurrection.
Well, what's the afterlife then?
The
Because
afterlife is
most religious people I know, your consciousness doesn't end at death. It continues on to some other world or life in another dimension
the
beyond the
difference is
physical.
mostly the time frame for that. So biblically, when you die, you're on pause, and when Christ comes back, you are resurrected and conscious again and a part of heaven. Others believe, with more tradition, that when you die, your spirit moves on instantly.
But what happens to, like, they put you in the grave or they cremate you? What gets put on pause? Like what, and
Your
or what
existence,
comes back at resurrection?
your character, your self, whatever Jeff is, your
But where does it go once I'm cremated?
to my understanding, it just doesn't exist. It no longer exists. It's on a hiatus.
But it can come back. Like, I
It
agree with the no longer exist part because that tracks with my naturalism. But then it's it
that would
can
be miraculous,
rematerialize out of thin air or out of nothing at some point in the future. That's throwing me.
right? It would be a miracle from a creator that created it in the first place. So it's beyond physics.
I'm more about reincarnation than fucking resurrection.
What are you coming back as?
Well, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, haven't you ever had like a deja vu moment or something?
Yeah, a lot. Sometimes I can even trace them back to actual memories.
Or it's like just the things you know or people know from the get go, or like certain people at a young age, the like characteristics that they have of people like they've never met, like family members that died way before they ever met them to learn these traits. Like, you know what I mean? I just feel like there is some, I don't know. This is my opinion. Like, I feel like it kind of just transforms your spirit, your consciousness, whatever.
It sounds like you're saying that some young people have an old soul.
Yeah, yeah, I guess, yeah.
I think that
Are,
there's such thing as spiritual wisdom, where spiritual discernment and understandings of the divine can quickly accelerate a young person's maturity and understandings.
are you coming back as another human?
I mean, I think so, but I mean, I guess you could be reincarnated as another living creature.
Are
I
you going
don't
to
want
come
to come
back as
back.
one of the
Oh
snails
God.
that you picked?
What was that?
Are you going to come back once as one of the snails that you make money on? One of the
Well,
clans?
Clan,
well, I could. You never know. You never know.
a lobster.
Like,
Blue lobster?
like, yeah, like they say in The Lion King, The Circle of Life.
Hakuna
I
Matata.
I was cracking up last night because my wife shared with me an African guy sharing the lyrics of the Lion King songs, like Savannah, Cineba, Kenya, and it's like this. It says, "Hey, look, a lion! Oh my God, it's a lion!" And it took the magic out of the song for me because those lyrics suck.
That's what the lyrics say. I've never seen the movie.
It's a good movie. It's kind of a tearjerker, but
Uh,
Disney didn't have much respect for parents. He tried to kill them off, make a statement.
I heard it was based on the Hamlet story.
Really interesting.
I'm not much of a cartoon person.
What the fuck is the Great Moose up to?
Oh, I'm chilling. I'm just sitting
It's
here hanging out with
clacking
you
away.
guys.
Smoking dwarf nuggets.
Nah, I wasn't feeling good today. I was throwing up.
Yuck.
So.
Oh shit.
Could have been that frigid woe, bro.
Oh man, it's the weird pressure, the atmospheric pressure that's going on right now. When the weather changes, it my jaw has 3 plates in it, and so it like gives me a fucking migraine up
Oh,
the ass.
Ooh.
That's fair. I
And
had
then
jaw surgery that also kind of clicks at certain temperatures, but it's not. I don't think the pressure affects it. Luckily,
oh man, it's brutal. And I can't take I took Tylenol, and then within like 20 minutes, I start like sweating bullets, and then
maybe that's the autism kicking in.
I don't know. Then I
from
throw up.
Tylenol.
From
Yeah,
Tylenol, ibuprofen, any pills, like pills don't, my body doesn't like them.
autism
Oh,
strength.
It's because I know they're bad for me.
I get the joke. I don't know if
I
they
use
get
them
the
as
joke, but I
little
get
as
the joke.
possible.
So yeah, there's a massive cold front that just moved in on us today, like 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts, which I am kind of frustrated because all the orchard trees, half of them are the peaches and the plums are blossoming, pretty advanced blossoms, and we're dropping down to 25 Fahrenheit next week, which means that crop's probably shot. So I'm hoping that they're wrong on that prediction.
So like, there's
Oh.
no way to like try to generate heat or something like around them.
Not, I mean, yes, but spending that volume of resource to keep a couple trees warm is just not in the cards.
I get you.
It
I
just is
get
what
you.
it is. That's why I like figs. Figs don't fuck around. They come out when it's hot. They don't pretend like, oh, it's spring now. We're emerging.
Are they more intelligent?
I don't know, but they're definitely delicious.
I love figs.
I'm gonna be
But
using
the
Fig
plums think it's hot, right?
Newtons?
what?
He said he loves figs. I went, Fig Newtons?
No, I hate fig Newtons. Oh my god, those are so gross. I totally forgot they even existed.
Hey, you
Ugh,
remember that commercial? The commercials for him?
kinda.
Like they're like Oreos for old people.
Yeah, well,
Dude, my dad and
yes and
I
grandpa
no.
get
used to
them
be full
confused
sleeve.
with the underwear, the drawers commercials with the fruit people. Which that's a Mandela, the cornucopia
Well,
on the drawer.
listen to this. So the other day, my wife bought a brand new pair of Converse and she put them on. And my wife loves Converse. She put them on the other day. She goes, "Wasn't the logo on the outside of them?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yes.
"Hey," I go, "That's funny. That's a Mandela effect. I was just reading about
No.
it."
No,
No,
they
it's
were.
not.
They're on the
Yes,
ankle.
it is. Yeah,
No.
yeah,
I've grown
yeah.
up
The
with them on the
Converse
ankle.
thing is a Mandela effect.
The star,
The star is on the ankle.
Yeah,
it's
but
yeah,
it's on the
it's on the
inside.
outside. No.
No, it's on the inside.
No, look, I'm looking at
I mean,
pictures right now.
we are either both under this effect, or we literally grew up with them being on the ankle as they're.
They must have changed them because look, it's this is what I remember. Definitely on the outside because that's how I
Yeah.
knew they were. I wouldn't know they were Conversed if they were on the inside.
No, that's not. They're not. They're on the inside.
Look, why are
I
they on?
just,
Why are they showing shoes with
I
the
just bought
logo
a
on the outside?
pair, not of the high tops, but a low tops are on sale. I got a pair. They have the new chevron symbol on the outside. I don't know why
Look
they
it
would
up.
use brand.
Look it up. The Mandela effect on it.
I don't have to. I just showed pictures of them with it on the outside. Okay, Converse Mandela effect. Why is the Converse logo on the inside of the shoe? I remember them being on the.
They're legitimately on the outside of the shoe. Like that's not even that's like gaslighting level of Mandela effect.
Look at your Converse All Stars. You'll notice that the logos are on the inside.
He's showing a shoe with it on the outside.
Well, I don't understand because it says the patch logo on the.
He's not saying the inside of the fabric. He's showing the inside of the foot, the outside of the shoe.
Oh, I thought he meant inside of the fabric. Yeah, that I couldn't tell you. I don't. You're saying they're on the inside of the ankle.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Yeah,
Yeah,
there.
that I don't
I was
remember one
muted.
way or the
Yeah,
other.
yeah, right here.
You thought it was on the part that faces out.
Oh shit! There's a soda bottle on the floor.
Hey, Hebrew.
Pick that up. But yeah. See, my wife thought they were on the outside. They were here, and then but
I
they're
kind of
actually
thought they
here.
were too. So yeah,
Yeah,
you're saying
that's a
they're on the
Mandela
inside.
effect.
Okay, but
Because
that's
I
not as
swear they
weird
were
as
always here too.
I do too. Now that I think about it,
I mean,
Even my dad thought it. Because my dad was a
because you
big
could
Chuck
see them
Taylor
from when
fan
people
back
are
in the day.
walking from the outside.
But yeah.
they're a very unique shoe
Wow.
because they're such low profile, but they're still comfortable. Like that takes serious engineering to pull off.
Oh yeah. I mean, the Chuck Taylor design hadn't changed in over 100 years.
I grabbed some shoes the other day. I don't like buying shoes; they're getting so expensive. But I go to the clearance aisle, and I'm always lucky. There's some decent, nice shoe for like $10 or $20 instead of 120. But
Yeah.
I asked the ladies, I was like, "What is the brand that sold the most for men and women?" And can you guys guess what brand of
Converse,
shoe you think is
New
Converse?
Balance.
hush
New
puppy,
Balance?
I think it's something cheap, like something inexpensive.
Crocs.
They didn't even say Crocs, which there's tons of those as well. It was actually Skechers, which I've never purchased a pair of
Oh
That's
Skechers.
what I
yeah,
was. That's what I was
that's what I
thinking.
wear. All my shoes are Skechers. I don't know why
I
I didn't
used to
think
wear
of that.
Skechers because they're cheap. Because you go to Ross or whatever, get them for like super cheap.
Okay. I
I
mean, they're all gonna
remember
be 80 to
Skechers.
90
That's
bucks.
what used to be advertised on Nickelodeon all the time. Was Skechers shoes.
I just buy whatever's cheap,
Okay.
dude. If they feel good.
I do too. I buy whatever's cheap and what feels good, and it usually turns out to be Skechers.
And this when I went to California though was the first time that I ever like splurged on shoes. And I went into the Vans store and I got 3 shirts for like $30 or whatever. And I looked at these pair of boots and they were Gore-Tex boots. And I was like, man, my feet are always cold and because the boots I have, you can wear them outside, but they're not like they're not insulated enough for 20 degrees. I looked at the price tag. I was like, you're out of your goddamn mind. But my grandma was with me and she's like, you know what? Stop being a little bitch. Buy yourself something nice. She said, you
I
flew
love
out
your
here,
grandma.
buy yourself something nice. So I bought myself those shoes. I tell you what, I would do it again. I would do it again. These are the most expensive shoes I've ever had, but they actually are super comfortable. I've worn them hiking in the snow. My feet don't get cold. I wore them cleaning up diesel fluid and like all kinds of shit. They got diesel all over them. I sprayed them down with water.
What
Fucking
are they
great.
again?
They're Vans, but
Okay.
they're Vans like uh, they're like winter boots.
I didn't even know they made boots, man.
Yeah, bro, me neither. But
I spent a lot of
but
money on boots for backpacking and hiking, and sometimes you get what you pay for, and sometimes you're just paying for the name. But I'll look into
It's
Vans in
worth
the
paying
future.
for a good quality hiking boot.
Yeah, and like they're more along the lines of cowboy boots. You have to go and try on a lot to find the one that works. You can't buy them online and expect a miracle. It's not going to happen.
Oh
I
yeah. Oh
agree with
God,
you.
I never buy shoes
Totally
online.
agree.
No, I have to try them on.
I mean, Crocs you can pretty much be successful.
Gross.
Dude, I'm wearing
If y'all
Crocs
own
right now.
Crocs,
It's
don't
so easy
even
to
tell
get
me
on.
about it. I don't do what?
I'm wearing them right now. I use them most of the time unless I have to do something.
Crocs.
There's like levels. There's shoes that are levels of intensity for the day. If I can put the Croc on, I'm having a good day. If I got to put my boots on, it's going to be shitty.
Oh.
Literally.
Ooh, Crocs are like one step above flip flops to me.
They stay on your foot.
I guess
They
I'm a shoe snob.
indestructible. Flip flops are not indestructible.
Hey, Crash, what's up?
Did you have a pretty laid back morning?
Who?
Both you guys. Sounds like you're feeling pretty rough, so I'm guessing you did, Moose.
Oh, I went to work. Yeah, I actually like nobody even knew that I was like having such a day, right? And everybody went home for the day, and one person didn't get their break, and I literally just threw up, and he was like, "Hey, can I get my break, Moose?" And I just was like, "Yeah, whatever." So my fucking eyes are all like, my head's sweating and everything. I just take care of business. Took care of business, gave him a break. My homie came in and he was like, "Fuck it, go home, dude." I was like, "Sweet."
Deal.
But, it sucks being the one in charge because like it's hard to get someone to take your place.
Leading a group is definitely challenging, even amongst. I mean, I've only worked with so many decent people. Usually, I haven't been able to do well as a leadership in a group because I had to do most of the work myself. Otherwise, I'd just have to do it again anyway. So it wasn't fun. The
Yeah,
purpose of
I don't
working
like
with other people is that they're supposed to spread the load and make it easier. But so many people are just full of drama and bullshit that I I never owned the business either, so I don't know what that's like. Like there's always been someone above me that for some reason wasn't willing to change certain things, and it just had to be dealt with.
Yeah, that has to happen all the time because I work for a corporation, and
Why does it have to happen though? Why does it have to happen?
What has
I
to
mean,
happen?
I mean, it doesn't have to happen, but it just feels like it has to happen because like they're like that a corporation's only job is to make money. Like that's its only job is to make capital. There's no other reason for a corporation other than to make that money. And if that's what their goal is, they're going to do everything in their power to not pay you what you're worth, to not buy the resources that you need to do your job to the best of its ability. They're going to cut corners, and they're going to do all kinds of stuff that like you're like, why? You could just do it this way easier. And they're just going to tell you just to do it their way. The only way to like change that is to own your own business, which I did for 4 years. I still own my own properties and stuff, but I had a hotel, and it was challenging. Like if you want to do things the right way, like it takes more effort, takes energy. I worked anywhere from like 7 to 9 p.m. every single day, 7 days a week, and it's just like I don't know how to explain it other than like the owner has to make the sacrifice for it to be amazing. Like
Usually,
I didn't get paid a shit ton of money. I got paid a salary for 7 months, and then I had to take my salary for those 7 months, and I had to make it stretch for 12 months.
Mhm.
You
So
know, and that
basically, the claim or the concept is that if you're not the owner of a business, you run into these stone walls where they're not willing to change something to improve. Of course, in our own opinion, improve a process or something in the business to make it better. Whether it's hiring someone, removing somebody, replacing someone, that's usually one of the major problems. But then
You have to translate into their language and convince them that it's going to affect the bottom
sometimes,
line.
I mean, I'm sure it can be possible, but in my experiences, the leaders they're in their own world, and they are going to do what they want to do. And to be someone new coming into it, you just won't know enough to overrule their view. That's how it
Yeah,
seems.
maybe not. You have to convince them it's going to make them money, and
yeah,
you have to establish the credibility to do that.
and people make they make like alliances and stuff that you don't even know about, or they have relationships with people. Like there was a guy who was in my position before me, and he was stealing and doing all kinds of like crazy shit to like harm the business. And I had a 2 hour meeting with the owner because I mean it was egregious shit. It was like stuff that like it will stop people from coming to your place of business just because someone found out that that happens there. And so I told him, and we had this 2 hour talk. And at the end of the talk, he goes, "Well, I can offer you the job, and you can have the job." And I was like, "That's not the point." I was like, "The point is that this shit's happening, and it's happening under this guy's watch." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm like, I can't just fire him." And I'm like, "I don't know why you can't. Like, you know, if someone's stealing or someone's like harming the business or whatever in a right to work state, you can fire them.
If someone, even if they're just showing up to work and doing nothing,
yeah, that's what he did.
Why did he think he couldn't fire him?
He didn't give me the reason. He just that's
I
what
can
it's
give
like.
you the reasons I've been given, and this is from my own father. It's easier to keep the person you have than to find a new person and train them. And it was such a argument that I didn't agree with that I just didn't try anymore, because it's like,
why is it easier to keep somebody that's fucking up your business?
It's a mindset that they have.
So it may not be objectively easier. They just subjectively think that it's easier.
Okay. That's their thoughts. That's their opinion. It's not a fact. But and where we are, it's really hard to find people, period, to work, because the place I work for doesn't want to pay like the regular workers anything. And then we live in a seasonal area, so during the summer, it's hard to get like workers unless you're like a really, you know, cool boss or whatever. Like I've taken people from 3 of my jobs to all 3 jobs or whatever, you know, because they just wanted to work for me and with me and stuff. But like, it's hard. It's really hard to replace people, and that's the thing. If you'll find a loser that's like willing to work a position and stay at that position and not get a raise, and you know, like the business is making money, like the business is making money, right? Even though it has like things that are going wrong with it and things I morally don't agree with, right? It just is what it is. Like, the owner doesn't care about every little intricate detail that goes on in the building. He cares about the bottom line.
I see. I would totally care about all that stuff as an owner.
Would you though? If you own 40,
if it's my business and my name is on the bottom line, I would have to care about all of that.
If you owned a bunch of different stores and you were in charge of a bunch of different stores and you had a family to deal with, and then you had like obligations where you have community service meetings that you're going to like 5 nights out of the week, like this guy is overcommitted to overcommitted. So like realistically, there's no time to care.
The only way I could pull that off is that if I had really trusted people in those positions that could monitor all of that for me.
And how do you find trusted people? It's hard to find trusted people.
You have to build it over time.
I mean, at least delegate and to someone in the company to keep an eye out for an opportunity of replacement, even if it's a scarce work pool. To not even try at all, I consider foolish. Even if you have a high workload, there should be a delegate team, because it's not like one person in the team is noticing there's a problem with an individual. Usually an individual that's above a certain threshold of problem that's actually detrimental to a business or a group, multiple people in the group are seeing a problem.
Yeah,
because they're going to notice how it impacts their own job, their own work.
Right.
Yeah,
if you're working because he's not doing his job, it's going to be a problem.
They'll be like, "Oh, you guys are ganging up on this person and blah blah blah." Like, I don't know how many times I've dealt with corporations that just didn't give a fuck. Like, just didn't give a fuck. Sexual harassment, fucking all kinds of weird shit. Not this one specifically, but my previous ones.
And sometimes corporations are just dysfunctional and unhealthy, and that's their norm.
It's most of America, bro.
Those are not the ones that I try to look for and work for.
That's why I try to work for myself.
One of the young guys in my server works for Amazon, and he's worked for Amazon for years. And it'd be interesting to hear, because he's happy, like he's goal oriented. There's more than enough job security. He doesn't have to worry about losing his job. They can't get enough hours out of him. But he doesn't look at the place like it's dysfunctional. And I'm curious, the only thing that he says that he thinks is not fair and dysfunctional is that the superiors sit in this office with glass that's separate from the laborer workers in the picking area, and they have their computers facing them, and the workers can see in and look at their computer screens and see when some of them are just fucking around on Facebook and stuff. And he's like, they're like, can they at least turn their computers around so that we don't know if they're slacking off? Because for us to know that they're getting paid more than us and they're just bullshit time,
Yeah.
I mean, that's almost like a social experiment, you
It's a
know?
morale issue. What do they say?
I don't know if he
Rank it up.
even.
Oh.
I'd have to talk to him and see if he's tried to do anything about it, or if he feels like it's a waste of his time to even try.
Bro, it is a waste of time. He's gonna take a good thing and he's gonna turn it into a bad thing real quick. You never jump rank. You never jump rank.
I do.
I know.
All the
That's
time.
why you're not
Call me
working
the
it.
pogo.
No, it's that's not the reasons I don't last at jobs.
I mean, it adds to it though, Jeff. It adds to it. When you jump
I don't
rank,
know. It hasn't so far.
If rank is a
Most of
club,
the time, they actually appreciate me jumping rank because I'm saying the stuff that most people around them are not saying.
most of these people don't care
Lucky.
that the management doesn't work. The management's there to babysit you. Management is there to make sure that things are operable, but the management's not there to slave away. Like that's the misconception a lot of people have. They think that, oh, this guy's not doing anything, right? Or oh, they're sitting in the office, blah blah blah. That's okay. Their boss doesn't fucking care. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So when you go to their boss and you say, hey, Mark is really he really doesn't do anything in the office. It'd be nice if like maybe we just didn't have Mark sitting here doing nothing all day. The owner's not going to give a fuck, bro. Unless it's a good company, like a really fucking like solid company that has like good ethics and stuff like that. I've worked for so many companies that don't give a fuck, bro. And I've been the manager and I've been part of these circles where it's like I'm looking around and I'm like, wait, we're not doing anything right now? Nah, bro, we're gonna just fucking talk. We're gonna talk about bitches. We're gonna talk about fucking what we're doing on the weekend. And I'm like, really? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Like, I don't get it, dude. I don't try to claim to get it. I see the dynamics and I see the pattern of behavior, and I'm like, cool. Like, if you're not gonna fucking push me to like grind my ass like 12 hours a day and like go home super tired, fuck it. Why do it?
Most jobs I have, I don't even have to interact with management much, so it doesn't bother me what they do.
Well, I interact with people every day.
I'm there to focus on my job, and usually I do my job well enough that I don't even come on their radar for anything.
you know what? One point towards that. Being sniped because you're doing your job well as the new guy. I've experienced that. I've been sabotaged by people that came to me like they were management and taught me how to do stuff wrong, and then I found out they weren't even management and they were undermining me.
Yeah, that happens all the time too by people who want to have your position or have a higher position. They'll set you up to fail.
Not what it wasn't even that. They didn't want to work harder. They wanted to keep the status quo, and they.
I've had that before where they
didn't
complained.
I mean, this is my own speculation. I don't know why else they would do it unless they're just fucking psychos.
One job I had, the coworkers complained to the management that I was working at a faster pace and setting a higher standard that everybody else couldn't work up to. I said, that's not my fault. I'm not going to work at a lower level. This is my natural baseline work.
Yeah, and if management's not asking,
I'm not telling you how to work however you want, but I'm not going to change the way I work just because you work at a lower level. And I didn't.
My sister just sent me a TikTok of she's like, I want my news anchors to have this vibe, and it was a Shaniqua that was explaining the attacks on Hormuz boats, and she was going total Ebonics on it and calling shit out.
Oh, that sounds so racist. Can we play it?
I can send it to you on Discord, I guess. Yeah.
Or you could pop it in the back.
It's on my phone. I don't know how to do that.
As long as is there copyright music on it?
I don't think there's any music, no.
Okay.
So just give me one second.
I love a good Shaniqua. Yes. I was getting Grok. Grok does a decent one.
I'm letting her know that you're gonna. It's on the Discord in politics.
Okay. Oh, What's her name? Gina with a J. Let's take a look at her.
I told Heather that I want this person to be on the pub with us because we'd benefit, and she's like, yeah, she'd definitely put people in their place when they go sideways, and I'm like, absolutely.
Hang on, how do you her moves? How do you do the volume? She's smacking on Skittles or Sweet Tarts the whole time she's talking.
Dude,
That's
you know how
hilarious.
it's done.
I don't
Come
know
on.
how to
Well,
rewind it
left
and
corner.
start it over, and I don't know how to adjust the volume.
I don't. Yeah, it's TikTok. I have no idea. I'm surprised I can even view without an
I
account.
don't use TikTok. Hey, okay. Well, we're gonna do the best we can with this video, folks. It
I might be able to
little
find it on
low.
YouTube Shorts with the title, but I'm not sure.
All right, here we go. Oh wait, it's on. Why can't I hear
On the
it?
top left corner, is there a mute button?
Why would they mute a video? This is so stupid. Hang on.
Yeah.
I read honey. It was playing earlier. How did I get it unmuted?
Are you ready for this, Moose? This is gonna make
Yep,
your night.
I'm ready.
You're about to get news. This isn't left wing, right wing spin. This is straight
facts. Give it to me.
Straight snacks.
I could figure out how to. Why was she playing just a minute ago and now she's on mute?
I don't know. It's TikTok, bro. I don't touch that shit with the 10-foot pole.
I don't either. There's one reason. How are the kids do?
TikTok to me was a white male in his 30s twerking women. This is the algorithm that you're.
Oh, I see. The mute button was covered by an ad thing. All right, I found it now. All right, let's listen to Gina with a J talk about her moves.
I'm not playing with you hoes. Yeah, I told you, nobody coming through the Strait of Hormuz. This cashapp left out of the UAE, trying to go through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran said, meek, blew that bitch right on up. People were able to get off safely.
She reminds me of who got shot.
3 are still missing, and they in Oman. Iran said we not fucking around because we know how the U.S. do. You'll try to get around us through somebody else, through one of these countries who might be scared of you. We not. Send another ship through here, see what the fuck happened. That ain't what I said. That's what Iran said. I'm just saying a message. Please stop playing with these people because they not playing with us. Oh.
That made my night.
Heather, if you're watching, thank you for sharing that with the group. That's the most straightforward news we've had all night.
That was the vibe. Whew.
Yeah. If I can get her on panel in the future, I would definitely.
Oh my God. She'd be guest of honor. I would do a whole show with her.
Oh yeah, she joined just to watch us enjoy that. That's cool.
Oh, is this Heather?
Yeah.
Thank you, Heather. You have single-handedly improved my mental health and helped my self-care with that single video. I feel completely turned around. Hey, Snow.
And that's what news sounds like without left or right spin. That's what I really appreciate about that centrist view.
I wish there was a whole news channel with her on it.
Oh, Not Lots didn't like it, Heather. He wasn't left enough.
What? Gina with the J. Let me see if she's on YouTube.
Ooh, Snow is in the house.
I don't see her.
The draconic.
Well, what else is going on? Any other thoughts, topics?
Let me see if there's anything worth mentioning besides the U.S. stocks plunging nearly $1 trillion from the fear of oil.
Yeah, so it's that straight of Hormuz.
Yep.
Hormuz.
Erica Kirk was appointed Air Force Academy Board because her husband had the position. So
nice.
Yeah, great.
I'm glad that soul-sucking little bitch can keep grinding her way up to the top.
You don't like Erica? I don't know anything about her. I just hear awful things about her on the internet.
She's the best MK Ultra candidate I've met in a long time. There's an active today at a temple at Temple Israel in West Bloomfield, Michigan. There's active.
Oh, the shooter or something. Yeah, I saw that, and they got him.
There was an Epstein accountant that named 5 high-profile clients in a House probe. I didn't really look into that.
I'm surprised more people are not acting out in the wake of the war. And were there any details from Toronto?
I have not. I mean, that's the thing. Like, things are happening, but there's such weird spin or misinformation that I'm not sure what's actually happening.
Wait, let's see if we can find this Lego cartoon.
No, but it sounds like it's going to be quality material. So yeah, there was the shots fired towards the consulate in Canada, but no one knows who or why. And then there was the kid that threw the bomb, the homemade bomb at Mamdani's house, that the media made such a strange article about it that they pulled it from the internet. So they're getting trolled for that. But larger actions are not happening.
Oh, it's a Lego video of missiles hitting the U.S., Israel, and Dubai. It's Iranian propaganda. I don't think I want to play it on
here. I'm not concerned about the war. I think it's going to be expensive, but
I'm more concerned about the economic impacts with the Strait right now.
Right, exactly. If we don't spend the money, then we're just going to lose a lot of money. There's really no. It's a catch-22.
Oh, we're going to do something. Somebody's going to get in there and do something.
There's conspiracy theories coming out right now where we're basically sending in discombobulator type technology, where it hallucinates their radars. It makes them fire all their missiles in junk directions. It takes out all their communications. It basically makes them dead in the water. And the U.S. and Israel and whoever wants to can fly in and do whatever they want. So there's no proof of this technology, but that's the current conspiracy theory happening from U.S. technology front.
Oh, well, it sounds like a good thing if we have all that.
If we do, yeah. That was a rabbit hole there. The FBI is warning law enforcement in California that Iran could launch drones towards the West Coast.
I did see that, but so far nothing, right? The biggest danger so far seems to be these lone wolf domestic terrorist types. Let's see the report about the young boy that shot 8 kids. No. Was this at his home? Oh, in Canada.
Happened today? I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, I've never heard of it. Let's see. Canada.
ChatGPT shooter. Interesting. Russia provides Iran with advanced drone targeting tactics from the Ukraine war as Kiev sends interceptor experts to defend U.S. bases. This was straight Arrow News. It's unconfirmed, and there's debate on Russia's involvement. But I would be surprised if Russia's not going to have any involvement with Iran because they're meant to be allies.
They're probably going to need each other at some point. Snow, I'm not seeing anything about this story come up. Do you have a link or something I can Google? I'm seeing about the Tumbler Ridge shooter and how AI had advanced knowledge from his chats.
That they didn't push forward to law enforcement. Yeah, that was a separation of corporate and state.
Oh, yeah. That was the Tumbler Ridge thing, the trans shooter. And he had been talking with GPT didn't tell him to do it, but he was talking with GPT and having conversations about his fantasies. And the people, apparently the humans can read your GPT chats because they had this information. It had flagged their
server side
alarms and they went into his chats, but they didn't go to the authorities. So they're suing because they said if GPT had gone to the police, they could have prevented the shooter because they had this knowledge in advance of
my understanding is that he was using ChatGPT to strategize how to perform the act that he performed. That was my
Why do
understanding
you
of
need GPT for that?
to game
That was
theory.
pretty dumb too.
I mean, I'm not giving this guy any gold stars for integrity or intelligence, but I mean, at what point do you think corporate should be divulging information?
Yeah, that's what I think this case is gonna determine. Is at what point are you obligated to go to the authorities?
Yeah, I think that this is going to be one of those things that like gets the crackdown on the AI and whatnot. Is like because OpenAI is in trouble for a few people already like committing suicide.
In relation, also, another Canadian friend shared with me last night that Carney is asking people to push a bill forward that's in the works that allows the government to view people's app messages and phone messages. They have to have a warrant or whatever to do so, but it's pushing their ability to have access so that they can read people's terrorist. It's basically their Patriot Act. So
yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
To me, it's like, do they not already have the ability to do that now? What's the bill for? I guess to openly do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
communications have always been cool. I don't understand this whole "we can't see your messages" crap. Like even Telegram was called out that it's not encrypted user to user. It's viewable.
It's not always, but there has been, it seems like a higher rate than normal lately. They had a guy here where I live that was arrested for threatening to kill President Trump, and he made several social media posts going into great detail about how he was going to do it. Was it Trump? It was some politician, and he got arrested. And then they had some girl that killed her mom and her dad or stepdad for misgendering her.
The last biggest hype from that community was.
And then there was the dad at the hockey game too,
the hockey
that
game,
killed his wife and kid.
That one, and we don't know information on that.
No, but we do know in all these cases they were at least identified as transgender.
Right. When you get breast implants, it's usually a much more direct assumption. But anyway, another interesting piece of news that's going around right now is the new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khomeini. They think that he's not even like alive or conscious. Like he's got no legs and he's in a coma in a hospital somewhere. But apparently he's running the nation. And so people are trolling Iran and saying like the smartest thing they ever did was make their supreme leader a dead guy so that they can't be killed.
Oh, so he's like a fake leader? They're trying to make everybody think he's leading and he's not even alive?
He's the son of the Khomeini that died, but
yeah, I keep seeing him in the news. And I saw something where he got injured. There was an injury to him.
He's got no legs.
But if we're able to kill all these other leaders above him, there's no reason we can't get this guy. He may be.
I know that we can get him. Like the first leader had a mole that gave information out that got him killed in the first place. So there's plans. But why pretend? I don't know. I mean, we had Biden, so don't get me wrong. We can definitely pretend like we have a leader, but why?
Well, why? Because they want to project strength. They want to project a bunch of dead leaders.
Can't they project strength with a guy with legs that's not in a coma?
I didn't know he was in a coma.
That's
the stuff I see about him shows him walking around. So the rumor is that he's in a coma.
They're basically saying there's no footage of this guy saying or speaking or anything. So you're auto-penning the supreme leader. That's your current situation. And I'm curious to see how that turns out, because if this guy is legitimately legless in a coma, what are the Iranian people going to say? Praise Allah? Like, how does that work out?
Well, I mean, I guess we don't know what his condition is until we get more facts. But I know the first one, the Ayatollah, when the war started, was supposedly supposed to come out and make a speech within the hour, and he never showed up. It was like 2 days later, and he still hadn't come out as made his speech because he was dead the whole time.
Right. No, he's
But they tried to
totally not
make it
dead.
seem like, oh, he's still alive. The war is starting. He's going to come out and speak.
He's gone straight to heaven. He couldn't make this appointment.
So who knows? I don't trust or pay attention to a single thing that comes from that side of the country news source.
I'm just entertained by the propaganda. That's why I share it. That's all.
Oh, I guess I ignore all of it. I barely pay attention to the stuff that comes out from our news sources. Because it's just things are moving so fast. There's too much fog for any one story to mean much right now.
It seems like it's stalling to me though. When airstrikes happened, everything was exciting and everything was moving.
Yeah, it is. It is a little bit. It seems to have slowed down a little bit, but now we have this Hormuz thing. That's the next flashpoint.
How does that escalate? That's my question. What is the next point of escalation? Is it ground troops or is it an intense airstrike?
It's going to be any or all of that, but it's going to happen quickly because we need the global economy running. Right. The world's not going to be able to just sit there and take too much time.
Right.
To figure it out.
You have the Gulf countries that need their imports for food and water. I mean, they can truck it over land, but the cost and the mass is going to be greatly increased and reduced. So they're desperate, and the United States is going to be more and more desperate as wealthy corporations start tanking.
And it didn't take us long to act in the first place, so I don't think it's going to take us long to act here. And I think we have a lot more support for this.
Right. I was thinking that we kind of took our time once we were. See you, Moose. I was thinking we kind of took our time when we had our strike groups over there and we were just sitting. But it makes sense that it takes time to get intel enough to do your operations. So if we have another week of time before the next acceleration of this conflict, that would be my prediction. So,
Laws, do you support the Strait of Hormuz being shut down and tanking the global economy? Is that something you're happy about, or that you like to see happen? Because it's going to eventually impact you up there in Canada too. I know you hate the U.S. and I know you hate capitalism, so I'm wondering where this Hormuz thing fits into that worldview.
I would like to see a direct answer as well.
Trump didn't close the Strait of Hormuz.
His comment, I believe, is stating that because he dropped the sanctions for oil flow from Russia, that he's funding the Ukraine conflict. That's me putting words in his mouth, though.
Well, the words you're putting in are probably better than what would come out on his own. No, I'm asking you what you think now that it has happened, not the fantasy alternate history scenarios, but the actual situation that is currently occurring. Are you how do you feel about it? They're not really in a position to negotiate much of anything.
And what is his view of the solution? Because the can of worms is open.
We have somebody in the back called 19th Amendment something. It's somebody I don't recognize. Anybody know this person?
No, I'm not familiar. Did you even drop the link? I guess it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you want to go full screen and chill for a while, I'm happy to. I'm not even on cam anyway.
Hang on, let me try to do some research. Hang there in the back for a second. And if you have a channel, go ahead and drop it.
It's not just that the price of oil is going up, it's that the U.S. is allowing that flow of oil from Russia to keep up with the supply that's being lost in Hormuz. It's twofold.
I'm not finding this dude's channel.
What's his name again? 12th Amendment?
I can't see all of it. It's a long name. It says 19th Amendment something something something. So if you have a channel, go ahead and drop it, and we'll vet you a bit, and then I'll use an overlay. We get a lot of trolls here.
So the 19th Amendment is the right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. It's an interesting amendment to champion.
Well, I don't know if he's championing it because I can't see the rest of the title. But
And if there's no chat in private and no chat in comments, that's also strange. I'm not trying to cock block him, but good luck.
Well, so far he's not responding to anything, so I'll just let him sit
Have a
there
good
for
night,
while.
Heather. Thanks for the humor.
Yeah, thanks for the definitely thanks for the video.
Yeah, that's basically all I really have lined up. I haven't seen anything else interesting pop up in the news personally. I've been just waiting for escalation. I don't think it's going to be de-escalation, sadly. I don't want the United States to be used for Israel's gain alone. I mean,
why would it be? You don't think we would do this because it benefits us as well? I mean, this is affecting the whole world at this point. So people that are focusing only on Israel,
I think we have more to lose. I mean, I don't know, that's hard to say. Our economy can be lost, but physically we wouldn't be destroyed. Whereas Israel physically can be destroyed, but I'm not sure how much economy is attached to them in the port. But I think that the United States in this situation is going to physically lose a lot more than Israel is going to. If it's all of our men, I would like to see Israel put in the same percentage of their population to this war.
You don't think Israel is going to put in men?
I would like to see them put in the equal percentage that we do. They have a different
a proportionate percentage.
Right.
We probably have more men to put in.
No, percentage per capita. That's what I mean.
I want them to do whatever secures victory. I don't care about abstract things like
define victory.
It has to be equal from both sides. Whatever works. I want them to do whatever works. If Israel putting men is what it takes, if America putting men, if using some weird technology that we haven't revealed yet works, whatever works to shorten the timeline of this as quickly as possible.
Can you
get the world economy open?
The world economy
and reducing the threat of terrorism.
So the victory to you is the terrorist aspect, okay? Because that aspect is also the issue of the economy. That's what's risking the economy.
The economy is tied to the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, but it's done by these same exact actors that happen to be funding and supporting all of the terrorism. So it's one enemy. That there's two reasons to defeat this one enemy.
Okay.
And the defeat of the enemy will secure both. It will reduce the terrorism risk, and it will reopen the global economy. So whatever it takes to defeat the enemy, thus securing those two goals, is what I support.
That's fair. I mean, Not Laws is saying that America cannot win this one. In my view, America cannot afford to lose this one. So
I don't know why people think like they're so outmatched. Have you noticed the power differential so far? Why do people think Iran's going to suddenly come out and turn this around? We're still waiting for their big move. They haven't even made it yet. What are they waiting for? I'm pretty sure this is all they have.
We can throw a lot of resource at them. We have a lot of wealth we can throw at them, but they can go into guerrilla warfare and just hunker down. Then we'll leave. And then they'll come back out and cause problems. That's the biggest scenario if we're going to step away without a total wipe. And to do a total wipe, Iran is massive. To go in and completely, you can't. I don't even think it's possible.
What is a total wipe to you? Is
you would have to destroy an ideology.
Like having a new regime in place, would that be considered a wipe?
Is the regime still Islam? Like, what does that mean?
Well, but probably that guy, that prince that's in exile,
You
or somebody
you would have to
similar. It
destroy
would
the
be for the
ideology in which he
Iranian people, but it seems like that's the direction that they want to go in. They're the ones that called him back in the first place.
if the United States or Israel or opposing forces, whatever, can establish leadership and civilians in that area that are willing to be a part of the economy and not cause terror to the world, they can win. The ability to do that, if the people and leadership are not willing to do that, and the United States has to force it, I don't think we can do that. We can
But
destroy
what indication do you have that the people are not willing to do that? It seems like they're clamoring for that. It seems like that's exactly what they want, and the only thing standing in the way is the current Islamic theocratic leadership and the Revolutionary Guard.
That is what I am waiting to see. Right now, we don't have good information. We just know bits and pieces of destruction that are happening in different places, like
Well, I
Hormuz.
like all the people in the street, all the all the Iranians themselves seem to be praising what's happening and waiting for this regime to fall. You think they want to live under this terroristic regime? The Revolutionary Guard was talking to the people the other day and saying they're going to shoot them in the street if they protest or object. Like, why would the Iranian people choose that? My basic assumption is they don't want the current regime, and they would welcome one that is less hostile to us and would collaborate with us. So that's the assumption. If you have reason to think that no, they really do want the terrorist regime, then we're working off of different sets of assumptions.
Well, and those different sets of assumptions are also based off of, are they in a city and more liberal minded, or are they rural and more conservative Islamic Shia minded? Because what is the actual ratio of people that support Iran's current system versus the liberal-minded people that want to break free of it? I don't know the actual number of that when it comes to its totality.
It seems, just from the impressions coming out, that it's overwhelmingly the liberal people. And how much power does the rural areas even have compared to the cities?
If we have to go in and use ground troops to get to cities, we'll find out.
Why wouldn't we just drop into the cities themselves?
I don't know. I'm just saying I can see that the people in the city are being abused, and I would think that those people want a new system that makes their life a better place. But I don't know the unseen hand of the mass of the nation that's not being shown. I don't know what that card is.
Do you have a reason to think that those people, that invisible minority or majority, don't want that?
It's just game theory. It's just people that are rural are usually more faith-based and less liberal, more conservative. And if they're backing Shia law.
Is this just vibes, or are you basing it on things you've seen?
This is based off of the gentleman that was presenting the game theory. It was his presentation. So I'm factoring it in enough to not know what the outcome will be until it happens. Because I agree, from what I'm seeing of the people, it looks like they want liberation, but Iran is a very, very, very large landmass with a lot of people.
Okay, I did a quick Google search, and the little AI answer, without even looking further, says approximately 70% of Iranians oppose the continuation of the Islamic Republic, with around 40% specifically supporting regime change as a condition for reform.
Can you quickly ask it its polling data for that? Like, how did it pull that information?
Comes primarily from surveys conducted by groups for analyzing and measuring attitudes in Iran. So it's this group, GAMAAN.
I am skeptical. That's all with that.
Well, it's a source. Do you have another?
No, I'm not. I agree that it's a source, but that source is a group that's reading information of other people.
It's a polling organization.
Right.
They're professional pollers. Do you trust their expertise?
I wouldn't gamble on it. That's all.
Okay. Let's see. They have this Gammon surveys. They have international crisis group reports. They have the Chatham House report, Pew Research Center studies, news articles from major outlets. So these are relevant sources and topics that may provide additional insight into Iranian public opinion regarding regime change.
Of the ones that you listed, is there one that seems like civilian-based information as opposed to like England or somewhere?
I don't know much about any of them. Let's see.
Okay.
Our International Crisis Group analyzes political dynamics in Iran, including public opinion trends and protests. Chatham House reports studies Iranian society and governmental structures, often including public sentiment surveys. Pew, I'm familiar with. And then news article outlets like BBC, Al Jazeera, and The Guardian often report on surveys about public opinion in Iran. And Iran's a pretty advanced, intelligent country. I'd be surprised if there weren't people that were already studying this stuff.
Yeah.
So if the consensus seems to be that around 70% don't want this regime, that is one that supports the assumption I've been working off of.
That's fine. The only reason that I'm skeptical is because of the mainstream source of that information. So if we move forward and it's a rolling victory because civilians want change across the nation, then yeah, absolutely, it worked out fantastic. If we find out that there's a massive pushback and we're fucked, that means that data didn't work out so good.
Well, I don't think we would have even gone in if there was a massive, like most of my life, starting with the Iranian hostage crisis, which I remember from the 4th grade, it seems like most of the people did not want to live under a theocratic terrorist regime. So it's not crazy to me. I don't think there's this mass majority of people that secretly want this regime. That sounds off to me.
It's not secretively. I guess a different question would be, are supporters of Shia law, like, do people that back Shia support, will they die for Iran or will they allow? I'm just curious. I don't know how to ask the question.
Well, I trust that these polling agencies do. So, and the other one, the Iran International one, gives a number of over 80% reject the Islamic Republic in favor of democracy. Pew does not give a direct percentage, but they find that the trend is for support of the need for reform or change. International Crisis Group, emphasis on public desire for political change, but also highlights challenges in achieving it, stresses the legitimacy crisis facing the regime. Chatham House, not explicitly quantified, but indicates a significant crisis of legitimacy for the regime. Plus, I'm sure the U.S. has inside intelligence that we don't have on how much the people want or don't want this.
Are you willing to ask one more question towards it and ask it? Do any of these sources show differing views between rural and urban civilians?
It's thinking.
This is Charlie, right?
No, this is the Google AI.
Okay.
I just did a Google search. I'm sorry, DuckDuckGo search.
Oof. Now it's going to give you crap information.
Why do you think it's going to give crap information? You're welcome to run through whatever AI you want. I'm not trying to.
As a joke, Jeff. You just misgendered it or whatever. You dead named it.
Let's see. The Gammon survey, which is the first one they quoted, highlights cross-demographic consensus. Both urban and rural respondents show significant preference for regime change. ABC News report indicates that protests have spread to more than 160 cities across 31 provinces, including both urban and rural areas. Polling from late 22 Institute for Global Change revealed high levels of support for protest across various demographics, including rural respondents. Brookings Institute commentary. The discussion emphasized that while urban youth are at the forefront, the dissatisfaction with the regime is broadly shared in the rural populace as well.
Interesting. I hope that works out for us then, whatever us is, right?
And approximately 73% of Iran's population resides in urban areas, while about 27% lives in rural regions.
I hope that that information is accurate and that those individuals are willing to risk something to fight for their goals. And
these are polls of the Iranian people themselves, and they are responding overwhelmingly against the regime. So to me, if they were going to lie, they would lie in the other direction out of fear. But yes, it's always possible for people to lie on polls, but then what's the point of polling anybody at all if you're
if the United States is going to also arm factions so that they can do the fighting, I hope that turns out good in the end as well, because that has a tendency to bite us in the ass in the future. But is that like a greater good scenario where we get what we need now and we'll deal with it later?
To me, the Iran is solidifying itself and clarifying itself into a common enemy that the rest of the world can all unite around with its own actions and behavior in the last few weeks. And this Hormuz thing is tapping it all off.
Doesn't it seem strange for a nation to be willing to do that?
It does. That's why I have no idea. It seems suicidal, like maybe this is a last gasp. They're on their way out, so they're going to like cause as much damage on their way out as possible. I also found it strange October 7th that Hamas would risk something like October 7th.
My understanding,
I didn't understand the strategy in that either. It seemed foolish and suicidal.
The eschatology pops up again because in the Shia mindset, they're trying to accelerate the coming of the end of time so that they can have heaven. So
there might be religious or mythic beliefs that don't make rational sense that are playing into this.
To create the final battle. If they're trying to create the final battle in their last point of power in existence, then it does make sense in that realm.
Like because they think there's going to be some kind of supernatural help that comes.
Well, yeah, there's opposing sides. That's where that convergence is. The Jews believe that, you know, when the big war comes in the end of time, that Jesus is going to come save them and defeat their enemies, and the Islam believes the same, but for their side. But they're both
Jews are waiting on Jesus.
The Jews believe I misspoke. The Messiah. They don't believe Jesus is the Messiah. They believe the Messiah will come and save them from all other nations.
But the Jews are not They didn't instigate October 7th, and they're not doing all the Iran stuff either. Like Iran to me is, and it doesn't seem like they're doing it. They're not initiating it. It seems like a defensive response to being attacked. October 7th might make more sense as something like that, an attempt to bring about some kind of cosmic end battle. Because otherwise, I have no idea why you would pick a fight with somebody that's that outmatched with you militarily and has allies that are even more powerful.
If the hard part also is accepting history at face value, I am not confident in October 7th's narrative. So I don't know if
you don't think it happened, or what do you mean?
No, I believe it happened, but is Hamas the one that started everything, or was it a false flag to make them to?
So you think Israel attacked their own people?
I don't think it's outside.
I would need way more evidence for something like that when the evidence we currently have overwhelmingly supports Hamas.
That's fine. I'm just saying I don't think it's
especially when they themselves claimed it.
So if there's radicals on both sides of Israel and Islam or Iran that are willing to accelerate world war for their end game, for their story, we could be
Well,
seeing.
let's assume there are. Are there enough radicals on each side to have the power to actually affect anything? Because I'm
I
sure
don't know.
there's crazies in every little group at
I
the
don't think
edges.
that people can dictate what God's going to do personally. I think they're nuts to think that they can accelerate divinity.
Right. So let's assume they are. They're nuts. They're crazy. But like, how large of a group do you think these people are?
I mean, I don't know the answer to that question for Iran. I mean, if they're currently able to fuck with Hormuz right now and cause all these problems, and it's not even that many people, it's still enough to cause problems. I don't. That's all I can say.
Right, and Iran's currently doing that. But do you think like Israel or Hamas or any of the or even the U.S. like the radicals are just laying in wait for an opportunity, or do you think that most of the crazies have already shot their wad?
For Israel, not even close. I think that they have a
Do you think
lot
there's
of sway.
crazies in Israel that are waiting?
I think that the politicians and power people and elites in Israel have a lot of pull. They can ask America to do a lot of stuff, and they'll do it. So
I think we'll do it if it makes sense for us to do it. We're not going to do it just to like, oh yeah, we're nice guys. We'll put ourselves at risk for no
yeah, I hope
gain.
so. I hope that we would only do
I
things
mean,
that
so far that seems to be what's happening, the case. Because everything we're doing also plays into our interest.
who just supported the genocide and how.
Oh, apparently both of us, I'm sure.
Okay, that's interesting.
Well, this is kind of true. I don't know if like there's a group sitting in a room somewhere deliberately controlling the information, but I think that's just the nature of reporting and how information flows in a situation as chaotic as war. Oh, Israel and America. We just committed genocide. Israel and America did.
What is the
But
genocide?
remember, he uses the leftist version of language where the categories are this broad. Like squashing a bug outside can be genocide.
But I mean, genocide is when you remove a whole race of people, correct? That's the purpose of genocide.
Something like that.
And the modern term is war.
Yeah, I think just war alone is genocide.
Okay.
Like if somebody attacks you and you attack back, you're committing genocide.
I would have to see the definition of genocide from his side to understand that one. Then I know that the United States is supporting Israel in a war against Iran. Is the narrative that the United States wants to? I don't know about Israel, but is the narrative from the United States?
It's actually not. It has a very specific definition, but the left, like with all the other language, they're trying to broaden it more.
I don't
like
think
race,
the United States
gender.
is trying to ethnic cleanse Iran. I think it's trying to cleanse Iran of
terrorists
to its economy and its physical self. Is it trying to get rid of all of the ethnicity in Iran? Absolutely not.
Not laws. Is ethnic cleansing a separate thing from genocide to you? And what are your definitions of each one? And why am I even letting him pull me into this whirlpool?
I think it's worthwhile to try and get different direct definitions. I get more frustrated with distractions and deflection, but whatever. Israel's will towards this conflict, I don't know what it is. I don't know enough of their culture or anything. I know that they're
well. I do know that some of these countries pose an existential threat to them. So just like militarily, I can understand the strategy behind it, leaving out all the other layers.
Right. And then I know other nations around there, like Turkey, want to completely remove Israel from the board. Completely, literally genocide. So
okay, what is your definition though? Not is what I'm asking, not what the UN Human Rights said about it. When you use the word genocide, you personally in your brain, what are you using it to mean?
I would hope that if either nation was to commit a massive atrocity, a war crime, like a legit war crime, purposefully, that the other nation would say, "Don't fucking do it."
But what's a war crime? There's no international war police.
I mean, you can't enforce it, but it can definitely be viewed in the world's eye as a war crime. Like
Well, then
like
that's
if we dropped a nuke on Iran, I can see a lot of people considering that a crime against humanity.
Yeah, but that they can say that about anything any country does currently. They can say, "Oh, we view that as a war crime."
Right.
But without any enforcement mechanism, that's all it is somebody's opinion.
I appreciate that. I mean, some people can look at the collateral damage of that school, of all those girls that got killed. That's terrible. Is that a war crime? I can put that on a level of a shitty collateral damage. If they did that on purpose, if they targeted those kids on purpose, I would put that into the war crime category.
Steve, I don't remember them immediately coming out with a favorable answer because it came up almost as soon as it happened. It came up and we researched it, and all I could find was that it was under investigation. Nobody came and said anything definitive. They kept saying it was under investigation. There were social media posts that were claiming it was an Iranian missile, and they were using video footage from a whole different place to say, look, this is the missile. That was debunked. And there were sources coming out saying that, I forgot what the other thing is. There was some other narrative that was coming out, and that one got debunked. And it was using different footage, like old footage from a different time period. So those were quickly debunked. But the official narrative that I could find was always that it was under investigation. And the Pentagon came out very recently and finally said, yes, it does look like it was an American thing. It was a misfire. We were working off of bad intelligence, et cetera. But that's as close as I've seen to an official statement. So I'd say no, it's very different from the Noam narrative because she came out right away and started laying down some kind of official or semi-official narrative. But that did not happen in this situation that I could see. All of the narratives that were being laid out in the aftermath were not coming from official sources. Well, just type it in Discord then, not lost. You can put a definition in politics channel.
What was Trump's narrative about the school missile situation in Iran? I know the Noam Preddy one. I don't know.
Oh, he said something about tomahawks. Like we sell tomahawks to other countries, and Iran could have had a tomahawk, but none of it was very convincing.
Okay.
It was Trump just talking,
right,
doing his thing.
Right. If that was,
I'm not waiting on Trump's narrative to resolve it. I'm waiting on something official, like the Pentagon.
No, yeah, I'm just saying when it comes to Noam and Trump using narratives that don't fit the bill, then I can put them in the same category. That's the best I can relate to what his question was. I'm curious also for Steve and Notlaws, what, like I know Notlaws is still working on his definition of genocide, but what is the solution or the favorable outcome now that we are in conflict with Iran? Because we can't undo that we're in conflict. So what is, if America is in the wrong, how does it make it right? And if America is not in the wrong, how does it make it right?
And what is right or wrong with war other than might itself?
Well, victory.
Okay, intentional systematic destruction. That's a high bar to clear. You would really have to show intent and systematic destruction. So far, what you're describing as genocide, which you yourself is describing as genocide, is not even meeting this standard that you're laying out right here. Oh, look who's calling for regime change now. And my other question was about ethnic cleansing. Is that the same thing as genocide? Can I use the same definition?
It's also the terminology, like you guys, as opposed to America, because that's an entertaining label.
It's rhetorical and I guess partly inflammatory or attempted to be inflammatory.
It's just
But
in
I
a universe,
also like
don't have a
I can
conversation.
usually recognize most of his troll bait. He catches me every now and then, but I've learned to have an eye for what's troll bait from him.
Do you think it's legitimate troll bait or simply his
Well,
style?
I think he might believe some of this. I think some of it is deliberate, intentional trolling, because he's admitted as much. But I think he probably, because he's so radicalized and propaganda brained, that he probably legitimately believes it. But when he types it in the chat, it's still troll bait, because the conversations that happen as a result are the same conversations that happen with actual trolls.
I don't know. I just being grouped. It doesn't seem like a efficient form of communication.
I have years of experience with this dude. He's definitely trolled at times and is capable of trolling.
Hells responded to that question to you in chat, not laws, and you basically just disregarded everything he put out.
So it's not inaccurate to group not laws with trolls.
But it's more like just trying to get just direct communication and have like answers back and forth or linear progression.
He did give his definition of genocide, so we at least got that.
I appreciate that.
Maybe we'll get the ethnic cleansing one.
I mean, ethnic cleansing is pretty straightforward, right? It defines itself.
Well, I won't know. I don't assume that of words with anybody. I want to know how he is using that word.
Okie dokie. 1 second.
What? Oh, somebody said it's snowing here. Hang on. It's not snowing. It's 40 degrees. All right, I'm going to go get more coffee. I'll be back.
Yeah, you're good. I'm just trying to find in the Discord where Hell's brought up points. It's pretty far back, actually. Oh, God. I'll just search for Hells. That's a big one, too. Fuck it. I don't even care. It's too much of a job. I'll let him read that. Okay. I think I might have found it. It was a long ass conversation. Let's try it this way.
All right. Everybody's fact checking away.
No, I'm just. I mean, congratulations. Your Discord server's been so active that I'm having trouble finding the conversation I'm looking for.
Oh, they have a search feature where it can.
I know, but I can't find the right thing. So Notlaws is asking.
I might remember it. Which post are you looking for?
Name a time. He's asking, name a time since World War II that America has done something beneficial, basically, and Hell did like a bullet point of like 6 or more things that he responded with, and I thought they were valid, so I was just trying to use those since the same question's been asked multiple times now. World War II doesn't work.
Beneficial. I know. I'm using all the terms.
If you do America, you'll have 6,000.
I know. That's from it now. Do you remember what one of the things was?
I swear it was name a time. It was like the same phrasing. Name a time since, or no, it was originally
one of the things I was listed.
He responded at one point with if like a dummy answer was because he didn't have the category of since World War II. So one of Hell's like dummy answers was stomping on the Axis powers or stomping on Germany and Japan, but that's pretty far down from the question.
Oh, I found the one about Japan getting stomped.
Yeah, but World War II doesn't count. So he had other bullet points. So Grenada, Steve's saying Grenada is one. I'm not good on Grenada, so I have to look into that real quick.
Oh, hang on. Something just happened to my. Why is my Discord acting crazy? My display settings just changed resolution. What's going on? Everything got really good.
Your internet might be taking a hit because you're also staticky in your audio.
Is it? Hello?
Yeah, you're staticky.
All right. I'm going to restart.
While you do that, I'm going to read Grenada. Isn't that like a Frank Sinatra song? Anyway, the history of U.S.
involvement. It just went back.
Yeah, you sound better.
That's weird. All the comments disappeared.
The history of the U.S.
Am I still staticky?
No.
Go ahead.
The history of U.S. involvement in Grenada centers primarily on the Cold War era, with the most significant and direct intervention being the 1983 military invasion. Prior to that, relations were limited and mostly routine following Grenada's independence. So we'll skip to the 1983 U.S. invasion, which I'm guessing is what Steve would be referencing. So the 1983 U.S. invasion, Operation Urgent Fury, instead of what we have now, Epic Fury, that's very interesting. Urgent Fury, Epic Fury, that has to be related. Anyway, the decisive U.S. intervention occurred in October 1983. On October 13 to 19, 1983, internal divisions within the PRG escalated. Deputy Prime Minister Bernard Coard, a hardliner, placed Bishop under house arrest, leading to protests. On October 19th, Bishop and several supporters were executed by the Grenadian military under General Hudson Austin, who established a revolutionary military council. This coup created chaos, including threats to approximately 600 to 1,000 American medical students at St. George's University. The Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, the OECS, requested U.S. assistance, citing regional stability concerns. President Ronald Reagan, authorizing Operation Urgent Fury, so now I definitely know that Trump did it on purpose, to protect. So President Ronald Reagan authorized Operation Urgent Fury to protect and evacuate American citizens, restore order and democratic governance, and eliminate Cuban Soviet influence. The invasion began in October 25, 1983. I'm going to skip all that and go to outcomes. The military council was deposed. Governor General Paul Schoon appointed as interim advisory council. Elections were held in 1984, restoring parliamentary democracy. The invasion was the first major U.S. military action since Vietnam and boosted Reagan's image domestically. Polls showed strong support, though it drew international criticism. For example, condemned by the UN General Assembly as a violation of international law. The U.S. vetoed a Security Council resolution. And since the invasion, the U.S.-Grenada relations have been generally positive and cooperative. So I can see why Steve would consider that to be a good U.S. Intervention that has positive, lasting outcomes. So why that would be considered not a good example, I'm not sure, but thank you, Steve, for your 2 cents. I can see Trump wanting this to be another example of Reagan's Operation Fury, but just kind of mimicking the name, I don't think that's going to help him with the outcome of Iran. I think we're at a very different beast. I know that technologically they're not, I mean, I can't even say that because drone warfare is definitely changing the game. You know, the numbers they're spitting out are that one of their drones, which they could make 500 a day. I don't know what their capabilities are now. It costs 50 grand for one. So if we're using interceptors that cost 1 million a hit, and we have to sometimes fire off more than one to get rid of it, the cost difference is astronomical. So even though they're smaller, their technology is still problematic. Are you down a rabbit hole, Jeff?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, are we trying to convince not laws that the U.S. I think the world is safer and more prosperous because of the U.S. than not because of it. Like, what do you imagine the world like without the U.S.? Like, what? How do you think the economy would be? How do you think other countries would act toward each other?
What nation would be the superpower that's calling the shots as well? Because it's not like there wouldn't be one.
He'd be criticizing that nation too, because he's a leftist. His whole grievance is against hierarchy and power in general, power differentials. Whichever country has the highest power is the target. It happens to be the U.S.
I can't agree that there would be world peace without United States. I think.
How do you have world peace with human nature like it is, like the monkey primate creatures that we are? How do you have world peace? You were cursing people out in Discord the other day. So how do you even find peace? How do we have world peace with even somebody like you in it? You're not living up to the standards of peace yourself. So how do you expect the whole world to suddenly stop attacking each other? That is a unrealistic fantasy. That's the problem with, to me, the leftist ideology. It is founded on a very unrealistic view of human nature. It's an idealism. And when it contacts reality, it falls apart.
He's basically
I don't
just
plan
saying
for
that
peace. I plan for a world where human nature can be what it is with the minimal amount of damage and consequences. I'm not trying to create an unrealistic world that humans can't even live or function in.
it looks like his view is that because America, that's just the problem. Because America, and let's be real. I'm trying to be real. I think
there would be more destabilization without America. I think we're a stabilizing force globally, but he can think what he wants.
To think that the United States not existing would mean humanity was a peaceful existence is nonsense, because before the United States existed, there was chaos as well. It's not like it just started happening with the United States of America. It's insanity. If you want to point your finger and hate them and blame them, that's fine. But to state that it would be peace without them is not
He's
based on
just a
reality.
fake, hypocritical peacenik, like all of them. That's their costume they wear. Their mythic performance is, oh, peace, peace, peace. But when you dig below the surface, or where you activate them and hit their tripwires, they're not any more peaceful than any other human. It's peace is their version of virtue. Like religious people or Christians try to pretend to be more virtuous than other people. They try to pretend to be more peaceful than other people.
In the time of Genghis Khan, where the United States did not exist, correct? Am I correct in that? Did Genghis Khan go around and just absolutely dominate everywhere around him with the United States not in existence? Anyway, pretty sure that the world was a place of violence back then as well, and people would have bought weapons to hopefully try and defend against Genghis Khan as well. So there's one example, but you're arguing from a viewpoint of insanity at this point, so I'm going to disengage because it's not even rational. I mean, you can personally attack me and say I'm not educated because I'm not reading the books that you're reading, but whatever books you're reading are interesting books, my man. I project too much. Thank you. That's rich. I'm pretty much happy to call it here myself. My brain's getting tired. I'll just click on some shit and call it a day.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. The trolls are eating fat on the hog tonight.
Yeah, good luck with their worldview. Enjoy the ride. I'll see you later, man.
All right, take care. Thanks for hanging out. Good conversation. Okay, I guess that's it. Hang on, let's
Yeah, let's go! Whoa! This is awesome! Awesome! All right!
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Like I said, I'll be out tomorrow, probably much later. I'm busy during the day, so we probably won't have a topic tomorrow, but I'll try to come out tomorrow evening and just do an open discussion like we did tonight. So look for me there if you want. And in the meantime, have a good rest of your night and stay peaceful. All right, take care.